Thinking of selling or buying property? Talk to O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, trusted experts since 1990. With offices in Limerick, Cork and Dublin, our experienced team specialises in residential, commercial and land sales, delivering results through knowledge, experience and personal service. O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, experience you can trust, results that speak for themselves.
Proudly Irish and globally recognised, that's Smithstown Light Engineering. With state-of-the-art facilities in Shannon and Poland, our team of over 240 experts delivers world-class precision engineering for the medtech sector. Since 1974, innovation, quality and excellence have driven everything we do. Smithstown Light Engineering. Precision you can trust, innovation you can see.
Ballinallard Logistics, a family-run international transport company you can rely on. We specialise in refrigerated, box and roller box trailers for air freight, transporting goods throughout Ireland, the UK and Europe. With experience, precision and care, we keep your cargo moving safely and on time. Ballinallard Logistics Ltd, delivering excellence every mile of the way.
Richardson's Butchers, located Main Street, Doon, County Limerick. Traditional Irish butchers where quality meets tradition. Finest quality meat, expertly prepared. Home-cured bacon, crafted with care, cured to perfection. Fresh fish available every Thursday and Friday. Phone orders welcome. Just give us a ring and we'll have your order ready. 061 380 447.
Servant Doon and beyond since 1925. McNamara's Hardware is your trusted local supplier for builders, farmers and DIY enthusiasts. From tools and paints to heating fuels and garden supplies, we've got everything you need, with expert advice and quality brands you can trust. McNamara's Hardware, Doon, nearly a century of service, quality and local know-how.
Get ready, something new is coming. Socks and Jocks, the shop that's all about comfort and style. Coming soon to a store near you. And best wishes to Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling County Final from all at Socks and Jocks.
Your health is our priority at Raheen Pharmacy. Caring for you and your family with expert advice and friendly service, we're here to help every step of the way. From all at Raheen Pharmacy, best wishes to Piarsaigh in the county final.
For quality you can taste and service you can trust, it's John Rooney Family Butchers Limerick. Supplying the finest locally sourced meats prepared fresh every day, from our family to yours. Proud to serve Limerick and best wishes to Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling Final.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Treaty City of Limerick. We're here in the TUS Gaelic grounds for the 2025 Whitebox Developments Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final between Doon and Piarsaigh. There is a sense of deja vu about this final this afternoon. No wonder these two sides contested the 2024 decider. On that occasion, Doon victorious by a single point to capture their first ever Limerick Senior Hurling Championship title. As a result, the storylines are set for this afternoon. Redemption and revenge for Piarsaigh. For Doon, it's all about retaining their title. The action getting underway here in the TUS Gaelic grounds at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon. The game is live and exclusive here on Limerick GA TV in association with Stream Sport.
Hello there.
there. Good afternoon and welcome to the TUS Gaelic Grounds. We're here live and exclusive with Limerick GA TV for, well, the game we've been waiting for all year, the 2025 Whitebox Development Senior Hurling Championship final between Doon and Piarsaigh, a repeat of last year's final, which Doon, of course, won by a single point. We've had some drama here this afternoon. If you're just after joining us, you're after missing out on an epic. We went to penalties before Gary Spillane were crowned the Lions of Limerick Premier Intermediate Hurling Champions in an enthralling game with Effin. The man alongside me, of course, is a Gary Spillane legend. Heart rate back to normal, TJ?
Yeah, heart just back down now. Great, fantastic win for the club. I was going to say the AC/DC music is fitting there, thunderstruck. So yeah, it was a game that had it all, similar to the Munster final back here in June, when the game went to penalties with extra time and penalties. Gary Spillane were ahead, Effin were ahead. They both clawed it back and then went down to penalties. And it's a tough way for any team to lose a county final. But look, Gary Spillane are delighted for the club, and obviously with my black and amber glasses on, Cullum, it's a great day.
Okay, we'll take those glasses off now. We're going to turn our attention to this senior final here alongside us. You said in the earlier game that Gary Spillane and Effin were probably the two teams that deserve to be in the final. I take it that these two are somewhat ahead of the pack in Limerick at the moment?
For sure, Cullum, you couldn't argue with that. Their form through the season has been very good. They qualified 1 and 2 in the group. They made the semi-final stage. They both won their semi-finals well, and they're fully entitled to be here. We have an enormous amount of talent on show here. I think about 14 guys who played inter-county in the last 2 or 3 years. Real quality all over the pitch. You can talk about matchups and battles. We got a couple of late changes on both teams. So I think we're in for another real tense, tight battle here.
Okay, in relation to the two teams, is it very much a clash of styles?
It is. Doon kind of, in fairness to Derek last year, he brought a kind of a new way that they play. They kind of retreat, they attack in lines of 4, they do it extremely well. They have a lovely slide between Barry Murphy and Dara Donovan at a 6, and both of them jump in and out of position and kind of create 4 across there. So the Piarsaigh are a bit more free-flowing. They have a different coach this year in Tomas Downs, who's done a great job with them. So we will see a little bit of differing, maybe teams giving up the puck out, and then when they have the ball, using the ball really well.
Okay, in terms of Piarsaigh, what is it, something like 6 final in 7 years? They're going for
phenomenal record.
How many titles in 12 years?
Yeah. They've been an exceptional club for a long period of time. I've followed their progress very closely. Every day you see them, they play really well. They play a nice brand of hurling. They have quality players all over the field. They seem to be getting all their players back in the field. They struggled early on. Peter Casey came back to last day. I think even Conor Boylan is back on the bench today. So all their players back in the field makes them a really formidable outfit.
Okay, all the talk in the build-up to this game talks about marquee players and the X factor.
And there's lots of them, Cullum.
There's 2 names in particular, though, we need to talk about, the 2 number 11s.
Yeah, Peter Casey was fantastic the last day. As I said, so, like, he had that horrific injury here. He's been working his way back since. He started the semi-finals, his first game he started in a long time, and he was unbelievable in the first half. He plays that kind of 65-yard line centre forward. He's very tricky, makes life difficult for a number 6, because you push up on him, you leave a load of space behind, and if you don't, he'll punish you. But equally, Doon have players on their number 11. Adam English could line up there, and we could have a clash in the middle of the field, which could see Dara Donovan go head-to-head to Will O'Donoghue. That's massive as well.
Okay, in terms of that X factor, though, that Adam English role, how do you negate? How did Piarsaigh set up against that?
Yeah, I was at the first time they played, at the first round this year when they played, and the game was a draw. And you know what, like, the Piarsaigh kind of backed off them, and they didn't do a full man-to-man on Adam English, and it worked really, really well for them. I think they tried to do a man-marking job in the county final last year, and it didn't work as well for them. So I expect that the Piarsaigh will try and play their game, Doon will try and play their game, and whoever's getting on top, it'll be up to the other team to maybe react.
Is there a feeling for Doon, the situation where they've won one county title, that it's viewed by some as a flash in the pan?
No, I wouldn't. They've been coming a long time. They've been exceptional underage. They've been really good. They were brilliant champions last year. They ran Ballygunner very close. And this year they've backed up their performances. The target's on their back now, But as I said, you just go through their team. They have an awful lot of quality players. They have an excellent captain in Dara Donovan who leads the charge, and he's a real kind of a guy that you want on your shoulder when you're going to battle. Okay,
well, we've mentioned some of those marquee county names. Let's go through a few others. Let's call into the changes as well too. We've got Dylan Lynch coming in for James Fenn. Will he sit into a midfielding role?
No, he'll play probably inside forward, I'd imagine. You'll probably have somebody maybe Adrian Breen or Kevin Downs in and out of the full forward end, or possibly Will Hinn. Like, the Piarsaigh normally play with 2 up top. Dylan Lynch could be in and out between the lines, 45 and 65. But loads of battles. Maybe one guy that really kind of has been really effective for Doon is Kevin Maher. maybe keep an eye on him as well early on. He's really effective in winning primary possession, and then you have the Doon runners coming off him. He's a key player for them, so I'd imagine Mike Casey or someone will pick him up. Kevin would have a height advantage there. That's good. On the Doon team, Dean Coleman, number 20, comes in for number 10, Garrett Thomas. I think Garrett Thomas and Richie English for the semi-final, they both missed it. They had hamstring injuries, but obviously Garrett hasn't come through it. Richie has, but Dean Coleman played really well in the semi-final. He's an exceptional player to come in.
Big boost then for Richie English though back.
Oh, huge. He was very important in the county final last year because Conor Boylan was on top here, and then basically brought Richie over and they kind of nullified the threat. So he's a massive player. He's a scoring wing back, very experienced player as well. Like I said, you can keep going through the team. David Dempsey, Peter Casey, Adam English, like Barry Murphy's a really good player. You know, there's county players. Dara Sapton played outfield last year. He's in goals for Doon this year. Really good player as well. Shane Dowling is in goals for New Piarsaigh. I can keep going on, Colm.
Yeah, in terms of Dave Dempsey, it was mentioned as well too in the pre-match programme from Adair that he is a great outlet player, isn't he?
Oh, massive, yeah. He is, we'll say, what Kevin Maher is to Doon, because like you'll see Shane, maybe if they're under pressure, he'll go and look for David Dempsey's hand, and most time he finds it. Like so, there's a lot of fires for both sides to put out. There's a lot of real class on show here, and I'm hoping that this game opens up and we get a classic.
In terms of Derek McGrath, from reading the interviews beforehand, he's had some impact on Doon in his time there.
Well, they've been so close to winning county titles for a long period of time, and people were starting to question them as to whether they could get over the line. And Derek came in last year, and in the first throw got him over the line. I think everybody knows Derek at this stage. He needs no introduction. What he brings to the dressing room, Dara's maybe words before the game, and what he said, what he's brought to the club. Like so, I would say that they'd love to put back-to-back here, because the Piarsaigh have been the dominant force, and Doon probably would like to say that just maybe prove that they are real class side. You win one, you're a good team. I think if you win two, you're a
great team. Yeah, very much the case. Well, the parade is we're tracking on our camera here. They're coming in front of us here in the
big teams as well, Colm. Yeah.
I was about to say, physically, would it be fair to say, TJ, in the Piarsaigh having a slight physical advantage?
Yeah, they look a little bit taller, all right, but you can see Kevin Maher there with the white helmet. I said, the number 14, like, he's a big physical presence. And as I said, he could be matched up against maybe the smallest in the Piarsaigh man in Mike Casey. But yeah, I probably would agree with you. They look taller coming by us in the parade here.
Okay, well, it's coming to that part of the programme that you love the most, when you put when you put your head on the chopping block.
Yeah, I'm predicting a tight game again here. I've been really impressed with the way the Piarsaigh moved the ball this year. Doon obviously will draw on last year's county title win to say we've done it before, we can do it again. But I suppose you have to go one side, get off the fence, and going for the Piarsaigh, get a narrow victory, maybe 2 or 3 points.
Okay, well, as they're walking past us here, I see Will O'Donoghue looking very cool, calm, collected. A lot of these guys no stranger to big days in this very venue, and today one of the biggest days of the Limerick hurling calendar, the 2025 Whites Development Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final. All to play for. You're watching the game live and exclusive here on Limerick GA TV. With thanks to Limerick Motor Centre, Ireland's longest serving Hyundai dealer with a wealth of experience in sales and service. National Anthem will be coming up in a few moments' time, and that's the cue for us to head back up to the commentary gantry. Our big match commentator is John Keogh and Leo O'Connor.
Welcome to the commentary box for the 120th Limerick Senior Hurling, 121st I should say, Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final. Leo O'Connor is with me for this afternoon's game. Leo, we're going to have a minute's silence in a moment for the late great Paddy Shanahan of South Liberties, and of course as well Cormac Liddy, former sports editor of Limerick Leader. But just before that, in 1887, Leo, Maroon were the first team to win the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. A debatable, controversial one, 1 point to no score victory over South Liberties. We're hoping for a bit more than that today.
Listen, I think this is one going to be going for the ages. I think both teams they're in perfect condition. You see them as the lads were commentating below on the sideline. They're in great physical shape, and it's just a game now that it's there to be won. The weather has dried up. That rain that we had, that sheet of rain that we had before the close of the intermediate final. Look, game for the ages, there to be won.
We'll now pause for that minute's silence for the late great Paddy Shanahan, and of course former Limerick Leader sports editor Cormac Liddy. We'll also now pause for our on Naveen on county final day. away from throwing in the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final here on Limerick GA TV, brought to you with association to Stream Sport. We heard TJ's prediction, Leo. I'm going to ask you for yours.
I just think there's going to be a lot of fire and guts here in the first couple of minutes of this, to be quite honest, John. Before I make a prediction, it depends as well the discipline of both teams here, because anything can happen here. Just about, I still think, and I went with the prediction earlier in the week, I just think maybe the Piarsaigh just. Don't be surprised if it goes to extra time again.
JJ Carey is in midfield for the Piarsaigh. Referee Kieran Gannah from Fiona Castleman has got us underway. It's the Piarsaigh playing into the clear end in possession straight away here with Emmett McAvoy. McAvoy, poor delivery attempt. Adam English intercepts English now, looking for a bit of movement in the full forward line. Finds it, and it's one there. Jack Ryan starting in corner forward. Ronan Lynch has done very well to win that one. Gets the ball back to Mike Casey. Casey, switch of play by him up the line, and the Piarsaigh looking confident early doors. Kevin Downs takes that pass. Lovely turn as well before the hand pass on. Not the greatest of efforts to Mike Foley, and Garrett Thomas, or Chris Thomas I should say, is there for Doon. It's Doon in possession now. Donald Coughlin blocked down by Dahi Dempsey there. Is Doon trying to keep it. A lovely flick from English, doesn't work out though, as Will O'Donoghue picks up the pieces for the Piarsaigh. A lovely delivery in from Will O'Donoghue, looking for Adrian Breen. Mikey O'Brien is there to try and give him a challenge. Breen is forced out over towards the far sideline. Breen now looking backwards, has Casey with him, goes for the shot, instead does Adrian Breen, and that is a sensational opening score to this Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final.
Absolutely, but the most important thing what you look at there straight away, John, is the way William O'Donoghue came over and covered the space and cutting inside Adam English when he went to flick the ball back in field, cut out the possession, great diagonal ball, and Adrian Breen with a great score.
Pat Ryan with the puck out now, or looking to win the puck out from Dara Stapleton on that far side there. Battle for possession. It's Doon that have won it, and is their wing forward Eddie Stokes. Stokes going backwards. It's Adam English. English. Lovely swing of the wrist inside towards Kevin Maher. It's broken down here to Mike Foley of the Piarsaigh. Foley now gets it away to JJ Carey. Lovely turn from Carey, and it's the Piarsaigh with Vince Harrington delivering. It's a poor one from Harrington though, and Jack Ryan with all the time in the world and all the space of the Gaelic grounds. It's a poor hand pass now, turned over. Casey, quick as you like, Peter Casey has flicked it, and he has flicked it to the right and wide, but he was hit late, and it's going to be a free in, a chance for Kieran Gannah. Maybe where the ball lands, Leo, so it'll be a free at the 20-metre line.
Just on the edge of the 21-yard line. Just Richie was just kind of come in, and he just got clipped. Peter got clipped. I'm just looking at it, looks like to be a head injury, maybe a blood substitution straight away. The Piarsaigh need Peter Casey in the field. Richie is going to pick up a yellow card here, I'd say, for this.
It was a late one in on Peter Casey. We followed the ball in, Leo, but it was Richie English that has received that yellow card. So, first card of the game. The Piarsaigh looking for the second score of the game, but their bigger concern right now is for Peter Casey. And with everything that's happened with Peter Casey in the last 18 months, Leo, you just hope it's nothing serious.
No, he's back up on his knees. It looks like that there's no blood, thank God.
Keith Dempsey is warming up all the same, just in case. If it is, as you mentioned, Leo, blood sub or a temporary substitution, whichever way you want to call it. But there is significant concern here for Peter Casey, even though he is back up on his feet, and maybe a HIA if, you know, indeed that is the case. But no, Peter Casey is fine to continue. And
Kevin Downs with the free 21-yard line. Almost dead straight in front of the goals.
Would you be tempted, Leo?
Of course you would be tempted. I'm always tempted.
Kevin Downs more than likely to pop it over the bar though, to give Piarsaigh a 2-point to no score advantage, and that's what Downsy has done. 2 points to nil, Leo, and Piarsaigh really settling into this contest.
Yeah, they've settled, and that's without Doon getting a shot off a goal yet, to be quite honest. So they've settled early, laid down the marker very, very early. Every score is going to be so important in this county final.
Dara Stapleton again, he's going long and he's going straight down the middle ledge and land in around the football arc. Up goes the corner back on that occasion. It was Jerome Boyland and the Piarsaigh captain. Doon have it though, they have the advantage of a free as well. They get the shot away instead, and it's Dean Coleman wearing number 20, has Doon on the board. Great impact from Coleman off the bench throughout this championship. Been a great impact from the start here.
From a tactical point of view, John, you see it way the bunch and break puck out there, ball coming down long. Interesting, Mike Casey is almost playing centre back. I think he's out centre back. And look, Vince Harrington seems to be gone in full back from the Piarsaigh.
Long one there from Dowling is broken. It's broken favourably enough for Richie English. Doesn't have the ball and he's been pickpocketed there, and it's the Piarsaigh who all of a sudden have possession. Great work from Adrian Breen. Comes back to Will Henn off his left hand side. Will Henn has struck it, and he struck it over the bar again. Third point of the game for the Piarsaigh. And looking very, very sharp in that full forward line.
Yeah, they're almost getting scores without ever getting it. Like, obviously the Doon players tried to get in around him there and turn him over when Adrian Breen got the ball. But Will Henn, that cleverness came out, popped it over the bar.
Puck out again to the far side from Dara Stapleton. Appears that have broken it down. Will Henn is out there to try and win it, but it has been turned over. It's Eddie Stokes, loses it out of Stokes under pressure. Back to Mike Foley. Foley needs a bit of help, finds it in the form of his wing back there, or full corner back I should say, Vince Harrington. And it's Will O'Donoghue, or Ronan Lynch I should say, delivering inside. Adrian Breen has broken it clear. There's plenty of help back there for Doon, but there's a little flick. He trying to guide it, his marker came out in front of Tommy Hayes, just got a little flick to make sure, flick it to Hurley.
Just that little flick in the Hurley. Referee's well spotted by the referee, and a free out to Doon. Just interesting, I'm trying to watch the layout. It seems that, is it Ronan Lynch or is it Mike Casey that's almost a sweeper for the Piarsaigh at the moment?
Barry Murphy now going short to Adam English. 3 Piarsaigh players converge on English. Nominee for Young Hurler of the Year, it's Will Henn has dropped that in around the edge of the square. Stapleton still off his line. Tommy Hayes has done very, very well to avert that danger for Doon, and that could have been a major blow as Stapleton was slow to get back into goals, and it's a poor delivery from Cian O'Donoghue. Cian O'Donovan easily picked up back there by Emmett McAvoy, finds O'Donoghue into the middle and then into the middle once more to Ronan Lynch. Lynch switch of play, and Piarsaigh working the ball very, very well here early doors. Mike Foley gets a shot away, can score from distance, can Foley. He's done it there again. 4 points to 1 lead for the Piarsaigh, Leo. They have settled fantastically here.
Settled fantastic, but it's their ball distribution, and ball is going to hand. It's so important there. You see the ball that came across by Ronan Lynch over here to Mike Foley, just bounced in front of him, straight into his hand and straight over the bar. Great score, great start from the Piarsaigh. You're what, 6 minutes in? Absolutely, 4 points to 1 up.
Indeed, here puck out again from Stapleton. There's a little bit of tugging there on Kevin Maher, I think it was, fouled by Vince Harrington.
Vince got caught, I think, underneath the puck out, and he just turned and had a little tug at the Doon full forward Kevin Maher, and certainly a very, very scoreable free here for Adam English. One that'll give Adam a bit of confidence if he puts this one over the bar and gets him introduced him into the game.
He was immense in the county final last year, really forging Doon's victory over the Piarsaigh. Very different conditions. We had downpours during the Premier Intermediate hurling final. We haven't at the senior final. English slots that one with absolute ease, and Doon have their second score of the game. And as you said, Leo, confidence booster for Adam.
Absolutely. But Doon need to get more. Some of the Doon forwards really need to be. I just see Pat Ryan trying to come out the field now, trying to get on ball out around the middle of the field.
It's gone out over the far side. I think it's the Piarsaig's ball. The indication there from Johnny Murphy on that far side.
I know the ball's at the far side of the field. It just looks at the moment that the Piarsaigh have actually 2 sweepers, or is it that Doon are gone so far back the field, they've drifted so far back the field to defend it?
Towns looking to win that one. Ball in play though. Will O'Donoghue pulls, breaks. Kind of a hand pass was attempted, but Doon have done well to pick it up, and away they come here with Eddie Stokes being prominent for them in the early stages. Darragh O'Donovan plays, and he plays it low. Out in front is the Piarsaigh defender was Harrington, but Kevin Maher tried to win it for Doon. Chris Thomas is up there as well, wearing 5 on his back, but positions don't really matter. JJ Carey plays it across now to Dahi Dempsey. Dempsey met by the challenge of Pat Ryan, gets the delivery away. The touch isn't great on that occasion from Dylan Lynch though. He's under pressure from Jack Ryan. Ryan has half won that battle. Lynch stays in there though, and Lynch has won it back for the Piarsaigh. JJ Carey now in possession. Carey tried to flick it down the line where Will Henn was free. It's a great take from Mike Foley. Foley now has a strike at goal. That's going to drop into the hands of Dara Stapleton. He's made a mistake, he's gotten away, it didn't go out over the end line, and Stapleton then shows how calm he is with a low one across to Barry Murphy. Isn't won by Doon initially. Murphy does at the second attempt though, and it is going to be a free out for Doon, but just seem to be that little bit nervous, which is surprising, Leo.
Yeah, but the ball is not going to hand either. They haven't really got their radar in, and to be quite honest, it's just not going to hand. Interesting to see Adam going back hitting this one. It's just just inside his own 45-metre line, and certainly this will be some score if it goes over the bar.
It is Adam English who's attempting it from a mile out. He struck it fairly well. It's going to drop just in play, and just stayed in play. No, the umpire says it. Shane Dowling had a panic look around where the ball was, Leo, but he was safe enough. Ball had just gone wide. Puck out for the Piarsaigh netminder. Short to Ronan Lynch he goes. Lynch now all the time in the world to deliver. Switch of play from him, looking for the run of Will Henn. Doon have a man back there though, and it is Richie English trying to win it. He's got to ship the heavy challenge there to Richie English. Ball breaks, and Cian O'Donovan there for Doon. They haven't won it cleanly. Darragh O'Donovan ships a big hit from Kevin Downs. He's done well to beat it though. Did he charge there? And William O'Donoghue shows how important that free was. That's a great win from O'Donoghue. O'Donovan ran right at him, Leo. It's a free all day long.
Clashes of 2 Limerick midfielders over the last number of years. both of them stood their ground really. One was trying to come out with the ball, and William O'Donoghue stood the ball, and it looked like a charge more than anything else out of Darragh Donovan, and certainly referee gives a free into Doon.
Free into Piarsaigh.
Oh, sorry, Piarsaigh, yeah.
Kevin Downs waiting. Interesting start, Leo. We've had just coming up to 10 minutes of the game, and of course our coverage brought to you in association with the Limerick Motor Centre. They're Ireland's longest serving Hyundai dealer with a wealth of experience in sales, service, parts and finance, and years of customer service, with Kevin Downs having a chance to put Piarsaigh 3 points in front again. It's Downs a few metres outside the 45. The angle is pretty decent. The strike is pretty decent as well. It's another score for Piarsaigh and another score for Kevin Downs.
Absolutely good score, good start from Kevin. 2 from 2. Very good for the confidence.
Indeed, there's that puck out goes straight down. Picked up by Dahi Dempsey. Now pass off to JJ Carey. He's blocked. There's Adam English. Got the last touch. Was off JJ Carey, and it is a chance now for Doon and Adam English to send the ball in.
Adam flicked the ball back in field and hit it off JJ Carey's hurley, and it went out over the line. So Doon line ball. It's just the pattern of the play where it is really developing. It's all small little pockets of hurling, and it's all that 3 against 3, 4 against 4 that's practice and training. So it's become very evident here.
Darragh Donovan with the strike. It's a beautiful cut there, looking towards Donald Coughlin. Is up, he's away, half away. Donald Coughlin, can he get a strike away? He's hooked. He's got a free coming his way though. What a take from Donald Coughlin. What a delivery as well from Darragh Donovan, and easy enough free for Adam English coming up.
Yeah, just a little flick there when Donald Coughlin got ball. Great take, just broke when he was in mid-air. He took the ball and broke the tackle in mid-air, and there was a little flick back, and obviously the free.
Absolutely. Adam English, he scored one from the 45-metre line to start his days in the middle of the D, by the 20-metre line for his second. I imagine it's going to be the same outcome. Kept it a little bit low, but no question, he was going for a point, Adam English. And Leo, although it's really set to get going, it's fascinating stuff so far.
Yeah, absolutely, completely fascinating stuff at the moment, the way the game has developed. As I said, Doon have sat back, as they normally do, to be quite honest, and it's just given the Piarsaigh defence that extra man or two at this stage.
William O'Donoghue trying to win the ball. It's gone out over the end line. Will still be, and the Piarsaigh ball. Will Henn and Peter Casey also around that breaking ball for Shane O'Neill's side. And will be Kevin Downs having a go at this, Leon. He's gone backwards to Will Henn. Will Henn then stepping away from Richie English under pressure. Switch of play from Will Henn. Ronan Lynch in acres of space here. Quickly closed down though by Chris Thomas. Lynch then trying to deliver it. Brilliantly kept in play by Dahi Dempsey. Glorious stuff from Dempsey. Back to Dylan Lynch it goes. Lynch steps away from Adam English. Loses possession as he does so before winning it back. Loses it again. And now there is a free for Doon. And that's work rate exceptional from Doon. Looked all the money that they were going to score there in the Piarsaigh, but English leading the charge. Adam English,
but like in fairness, Dylan Lynch, just a little bit of nerves, to be quite honest. He should have probably taken the ball first time when it was popped out to him, backed out to him by David Dempsey, and look, just turned over. But that would lift the spirits inside this Doon team. Darragh staples in with a long delivery. Pat Ryan is there. Ryan has it in his hand. In fact, it's Dean Coleman. Coleman trying to get a strike away. That's great defending by the Piarsaigh captain Jerome Boylan, and Mike Casey is there to pick up the pieces. Goes down the line to Kevin Downs. Downs in space. Lovely bit of skill from the Piarsaigh number 13. He's going for the score from miles out as well here, Kevin Downs. And well, maybe the adrenaline got hold of him there, Leo. He had to try it, I suppose, after the flick. And well, ultimately sent it wide. Yeah, there's just a few little issues being sorted out off the ball. A few fellas, a little bit of, as we'll say, gamesmanship. It's Jack Ryan's run there, looking for the run of Chris Thomas. Will O'Donoghue is there, kicks it back to his teammate. Ronan Lynch is the one waiting for it. Comes to O'Donoghue again. O'Donoghue goes low. Dempsey from miles out of Gwen, just by halfway. Has he got enough cut on that? That's a wonder score from Dahi Dempsey. The Piarsaigh lead 6 points to 3. We saw the influence that Dahi Dempsey has in the Piarsaigh team from the puck-out point of view alone in the semi-final, but that was an absolutely unbelievable score. But a great ball again from Will Henn, straight to hand. Doon has gone short now. Here's Mikey O'Brien laying this one off to Darragh O'Donovan. Doon will want O'Donovan in the game fairly quick. Hit late there. No free, says referee Kieran Ganam. Will O'Donoghue, as he always seems to do, is there to pick up the loose ball, but Jack Ryan has intercepted the pass to Mike Foley. Jack Ryan has taken a shot on, and Jack Ryan has hit the post. Goal chance! It's in the back of the net. Hit the post, came down, and Dean Coleman is there for Doon.
came from nowhere. Shot came in, and Dean Coleman was on hand. A shot from Jack Ryan. You see it in the replay here. Glorious touch from Ryan to intercept it. Takes the shot on. It looks for all the money. It's hitting the post, or going over the bar. Hits the post. Coleman on the edge of the square. Leo, goal.
If the referee has the benefit of what we can see here, it's definitely a goal, to be quite honest, because he was just outside the square when the ball hit the post, so he's entitled to be running in after it.
Level game here in the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final at the moment. Referee Kieran Ganaz talking to his umpires. From our end, from what we've seen the replay, from what you've seen at home, it's certainly a goal, but of course referee Kieran Ganaz and his umpires do not have the benefit of what we have in front of us. It'd be a big shame, Leo, if this goal isn't given. The goal's given. Level game, level for the first time here, and they're the kind of breaks, Leo, that you pray for as a manager, but your opposition manager, it's a nightmare you can't do anything about.
Yeah, but
the credit goes to Dean Coleman.
Yeah, credit goes to Dean Coleman following it in. I've always said it, follow the ball, even at this stage in the inter-county hurlers, when they're taking frees, they don't follow the ball in anymore when they're taking a free.
Ball breaks now for Doon from the puck out here. It is back there. Good bit of play from the Doon defender. Jack Ryan has it again. That's technically an assist for him. Donald Coughlin with the possession now. Takes on Ronan Lynch. Lovely step from Coughlin. Good diligent defending though from Lynch. Darragh O'Donovan is going to strike it from his own 65-metre line, and that one is to the left and wide. So another wide for Doon. And Shane Dowling goes quickly towards O'Donovan, who is brilliantly intercepted by Adam English. English then off his side. Stop it. Just hits the post again. Wow, hits the other post. Glorious from.
Yeah.
PJ, that goal there and that decision, that's been a huge turning point.
Big turning point, because the Piarsaigh had made a better start. Cullum, they were starting to move the ball nicely, so that goal has brought them right back in it. Big turnover from Adam English there and Will Donoghue too, resulting in a score.
Okay, first few minutes though, as you said, it looked the Piarsaigh had a game plan. They were sticking to it.
Yeah, this is a battle of styles. You see, Adam English has been left free there. He's just too big a quality. Ronan Lynch has been left free. And as I said, Sean, once we get past this maybe opening quarter, we'll see maybe one of the opposition teams making a move.
Perfect. More from you at half time. Let's go back up to Leo, but first to John Keogh.
Many thanks to Colin O'Connor and TJ Ryan for their analysis as well. Downing's gone short, out to Ronan Lynch. Doon leading 1-4 to 6 points here. We played 17 minutes of this Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. Lynch delivering into the middle of the Doon defence though, but Richie English is there. Goes backwards to Dara Stapleton with the hand pass. Stapleton switch of play now. We're getting into more of a pattern of this game. Leo across the middle now. Pat Ryan is out from his corner forward position. Needs a bit of help here. Ryan plays it across the middle to Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan now. Will O'Donoghue who's there to converge on him. It's flicked away from him by Cian O'Donovan though. Touch wasn't great from Dean Coleman. Adrian Breen, who's miles out from where we usually see him. Off to Peter Casey now. Casey with the strike from miles out. Peter Casey, that's an exceptional score. We've seen it from Adam English moments ago. One number 11, Leo, back to the other. Super stuff.
Yeah, initially when you look at that knock that Peter Casey took earlier in the game, he seemed to have drifted out of the game for there a couple of minutes, but now he's back into the flow of things, getting out into that pocket of space, picking it up and banging it over the bar from 65 yards out.
Dara Stapleton now launches one right down onto the 45-metre line. This one's going to land just beyond it, in fact. Breaks in the Piarsaig's favour. Well picked up by Mike Casey. Read that one very well. Back to Shane Dowling, who does have a disadvantage, Leo, in this first half. The sun right in his eyes, and it's a low sun at this time of year at that end of the Gaelic grounds. Ball broken inside. Breaks again. Tommy Hayes is out. He gets the one over Adrian Breen. Back it comes to Dara Stapleton. Head injury here. Referee Kieran Ganaz stops play. Chance for us, Leo. Have a little look at the first 18 and a half minutes.
18 and a half minutes gone. Obviously, the Piarsaigh started really well and just took the game to Doon. Opened up a 4-2 lead. You know, then it was 6-3, and then that opportunist goal that arrived from Dean Coleman, that little bit of luck, ball coming down off the post, and Dean Coleman there, right place, right time, and finishes the ball to the back of the net. From our point of view, as you just said there in commentary 30 seconds ago, the game has really developed into a pattern. You see it with Dara Stapleton there. The positions that Darragh Donovan is picking up, to be quite honest, you know, he's always making himself available for the game, for the ball, coming back in field to Pat Ryan popping it off to Adam English, and they're delivering. But look, it's a game of wits at the moment, but played with full intensity. And look, tactical wise, you know, Doon have through that little bit of stroke of luck, found themselves back in the game in the county final.
It had been the Piarsaigh solid start from back to play. Up goes Kevin Maher, breaks for Eddie Stokes. Stokes now taking his man on. And it is Doon still in possession. Ball goes backwards now to Jack Ryan. Ryan with the strike away, hit the post the last time. He's going to miss this one though from distance. And Jack Ryan.
Doon's third wide.
Third wide of the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're open 20 minutes. Interesting point of view from the tactic for Doon. Doon are hitting the ball so high, straight down the middle. They're almost trying to suck the Piarsaigh backs in underneath it.
Ronan Lynch takes it short from Dowling. He's going to go down the same line. Ronan Lynch looking for the run of Peter Casey. Under pressure immediately by Barry Murphy, who seems to be man marking Casey wherever he goes in the opening half at least. Mikey O'Brien for Doon. Again, battle on the ground ensues. And plenty of bodies in and around it here. It's Will Henn that has it for Piarsaigh. JJ Carey, in fact, good win from JJ Carey. Ran into a whole host of Doon defenders though. And the ball eventually squirts out, and it squirts out in favour of Adam English. English then has a man completely free on that far side, and it is Pat Ryan. Now Pat Ryan will certainly fancy his chances from different distance off his left. Pat Ryan, he struck it very, very well indeed. Glorious stuff from Pat Ryan. The vision was exceptional from English. The finish matched it, Leo.
Yeah, that just exemplifies what we were just saying. The space that the Doon players are picking up, it's absolutely brilliant. It's either Darragh Donovan, Pat Ryan, they're going into space so that they know they have the outball.
Bucko comes from Shane Dowling. Good movement up there from Kevin Downs. 3 Doon defenders around though. It's won by Will Henn. Henn plays it inside to William O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue off his left hand side. O'Donoghue strikes it, and he strikes it over the bar. Excellent response from Piarsaigh. He doesn't score too many, Leo, but he's always capable of doing it. Will O'Donoghue usually tries to find someone else.
With a guy like William O'Donoghue, he's always in support of the player in possession there, and just the right ball at the right point popped out to him and over the bar.
Level for a third time here as Doon are on the offensive once more. Delivery inside now, looking for the run of Kevin Maher. Back there again, it's Vince Harrington. So, okay, Mike Casey has been the loose man for Piarsaigh all half. There's Ronan Lynch there to help out Harrington on this occasion. Lynch dispossessed. He's tripped up though by Donald Coughlin. Now that's a shame from Doon's point of view, because they just put enough pressure on, pushed right up Leo. Nearly had the turnover, just didn't work out in the end.
I'm just watching what TJ was saying before the match. Barry Murphy is definitely following Peter Casey. He's coming up the field there. Doon are with Richie English back there, with Jack Ryan back there, so they've enough bodies back there the way they've drifted back the field. Darragh
O'Donovan now takes it. Low delivery for Dean Coleman. Didn't quite get to it at the right time from Doon's point of view again, but it is in Piarsaigh. And have come away with it. Emmett McAvoy. McAvoy needing a bit of help here. Under pressure from Adam English. Does well. It's a good delivery too. Adam English does pulled up there in back play. Up on his feet again now, looking for the ball, so he's okay. Here he is heading towards a lovely take from Adam English. Is the finish to match it? Just think it's tailing in the end. It's off the post for a third time in this opening half. Thankfully from the Piarsaigh point of view, it is Vince Harrington, that's one. It's a good pass from Harrington now out as Will Henn now in possession. He's got JJ Carey in support immediately on his left. Goes back across to William O'Donoghue instead. O'Donoghue delivering. It's a good ball to Mike Foley. Foley unable to take it. It's bounced well though for Piarsaigh. Shooting chance for Dylan Lynch. Dylan Lynch has struck it to the right and wide. He'd be very disappointed with that one.
Yeah, just disappointed. I don't think he realised the amount of time he had, and he could have just steadied himself that little bit more, taken the extra touch and popped it over the bar, but certainly a disappointing wide.
Stapleton goes short to Tommy Hayes before he launches another offensive attack on the Piarsaigh defence. Kevin Maher heading towards him. Mike Casey gets a hurley to it. Eddie Stokes has lost his hurley. He's kicking it along though. Mike Casey picks up the loose ball. Gets a challenge from Dean Coleman to knock a stir out of Casey. Dowling now, low one out to William O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue wins the free off Pat Ryan, and Piarsaigh managing to get out of their defensive set again quite easily.
Yeah, but nearly at times, like when you go that short, when you go to give a 20 or 30 yard ball, the fear is that you're trying to get the weight of the pass to be absolutely perfect. And look, there's a chance that you can be turned over. Look, Ronan Lynch standing over this one, and he's just inside his own 45-metre line. Does he go for it?
That's the question here. There is a breeze. It's nothing really to write home about, going from the Mackey stand side here in the 2 scale grounds over to the open stand. So from left to right as Lynch hits it, and he struck it brilliantly, Leo. That's a wonderful, wonderful free from Ronan Lynch. And a little reminder for Doon, if they are giving away frees from distance, Ronan Lynch is the right man to take them on.
No doubt about that. Lovely striker of the ball. Over the last number of years for this Piarsaigh team, he's really served them well.
1-5 to Doon, 9 points in the Piarsaigh. It has ebbed and flowed ever since that goal from Dean Coleman. This is the man who helped create it, Jack Ryan. He's had a good half for Doon. Lovely little ball, dangerous ball across. Pat Ryan is onto it. Pat Ryan can get it into his hand. It's a good challenge though. Immediately under pressure from Mike Casey back there And Casey is the one who's nearly lost it. He did lose it. The Piarsaigh have won it back down. JJ Carey comes away for Shane O'Neill's side. Strikes it. Not the best of strikes. Looking for Adrian Breen. Under pressure from Tommy Hayes. He's done a good job there, Tommy Hayes. And Darrell O'Donovan picks up the free ball for Doon. Under pressure now. Plays it short to Barry Murphy. Murphy now heading forward off to Chris Thomas. And Thomas has had a habit of scoring in this championship for Doon. He has hit the target. He hasn't. Leo has missed it. And that's a poor wide. One each in the last 2 shots.
Yeah, look, the game has really settled down now. 5 minutes before half time is you're just trying to get the energy levels up, get that impact before half time, before get a score or 2 on the board. It's really in the melting pot.
It is indeed there. That puck out going out for the sideline and out towards the sideline, I should say. And it is a Doon ball.
Work back in across by Cian O'Donovan, just unfortunately spilled it for him off of Darragh O'Donovan.
Cian managing to get it away, but it's not the greatest of deliveries. Well picked up back there by the corner back, Jerome Boylan. Jerome seems to have picked up a bit of a knock into the sternum area. Up towards Adrian Breen it goes. Not the kind of ball he wants. Tommy Hayes will be favoured for that more often than not. Breen has done brilliantly though, trying to fight Peter Casey. Hayes can't get there ahead of Casey. Has he got too much on it? Ball doesn't stay in. It's going to be a Doon ball.
Yeah, the game it's lost a little bit of energy. You can see Derek McGrath now just getting up underneath it. She's trying to drive the thing on just a couple of minutes before half time. Shane is doing exactly this at the opposite end of the technical area. So look, it's
nature of the beast, Leo.
Yeah, that's their job.
It is. Darragh O'Donovan standing over this line ball for Doon. Strike is good from O'Donovan into the middle of the park. Mike Casey is there. He seems to be now picking up Chris Thomas, who's pushed forward. So again, I said it earlier, numbers on jerseys don't really mean much anymore. Casey now from distance going to drop harmlessly to the right and wide. Trying that one on Mike Casey, probably better off to deliver it.
Yeah, probably like in that situation where you're 10 yards from the sideline and 80-90 yards and goals, just you get it around the square, you're probably better off.
It is now Adam English on the run here, and he's a hard man to stop when he gets going. Adam English, beautiful strike from English, another score for him. And Leo, he was the difference maker in last year's final for Doon. It's proving to be the case here again.
Yeah, and in almost a mirror image deja vu, just making those short 10-15 yard runs, running on to play and popping over the bar. As we know, he can strike off his left or his right, so it's no difference to him.
169 points. We're level again here. Will Hen, 2 attempts to pick the ball up, couldn't do it. There's Dahi Dempsey down injured after trying to win that one. Peter Casey is trying to win that one for the Piarsaigh again. Will O'Donoghue barnstorms through the middle of it. It's a good bit of work from Jack Ryan, I think it was, just stopped him. Off it comes now to Donald Coughlin. Coughlin delivering in towards Pat Ryan and Kevin Maher. It's towards Ryan initially. He's under pressure very quickly from Emmett McAvoy back there. Ryan keeps going though, so does McAvoy. That's brilliant from the Piarsaigh number 7. He gets the pass away out to Kevin Downs. Downs now has it under pressure, still in Lynch in fact there, under pressure from Richie English. Lynch needs a bit of help, has Will O'Donoghue with him, but Richie English has done very well. We've seen Richie English do that for 2015 to 1-21s, Leo. He's been doing that from long time before that as well.
Yeah, they're getting to know each other off the ball, Will O'Donoghue and Richie English. There's no doubt about it. He's probably one of the best players around to smother someone in a situation like that. Tommy Hayes, a very, very similar effective player in the exact same type of role, but Richie has that little bit extra few gears to play at wing back. As I said, both players are getting to know each other. Linesman having the word at the far side.
Yeah, all square after just over 28 minutes in our Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final. Of course, our coverage here on Limerick GA TV and Stream Sport is brought to you in association with the Limerick Motor Centre, Ireland's longest serving Hyundai dealer with a wealth of experience in sales, service parts and finance and years of customer service. It's Darragh O'Donovan in midfield for Doon. Plays it over the head of Kevin Maher. Ronan Lynch is there to pick up the pieces for the Piarsaigh, and it's Lynch beats Kevin Maher with ease, and Ronan Lynch heading away. Finds Dahi Dempsey, looks to be recovered now under pressure from Chris Thomas. Dahi Dempsey, hand pass, it's a low one, didn't get all of it. Beautiful pickup from English again. Low delivery for him. Donald Coughlin can't get it into hand. O'Donoghue's there to help for the Piarsaigh while Ronan Lynch passes it off to William Hen. Hen up the line. Adrian Breen with a lot to do back there as Cian O'Donovan is there under the loose ball, and Cian O'Donovan has it. Got Dara Stabling with him. Opts instead to go to Jack Ryan on that far side. It's Jack Ryan in possession. Plays it up the middle. It's not the greatest of deliveries. Mike Casey's there. A rare mistake from Casey. Again, he's helped out over there by William O'Donoghue. Free all day long for O'Donoghue. And a chance for Ronan Lynch to put the Piarsaigh back in front.
Yeah, he put the last one over the bar from 10 yards further back the field. Ronan coming up to step up to take this one as well. it might be only a point coming into half-time, but to carry a 1-point lead going in at half-time would be massive from the Piarsaigh's point of view, having really started the game well. Then with Doon getting that goal, brought themselves back into it, so this is a vital free from the Piarsaigh.
It's Ronan Lynch. 3 minutes of additional time to be played at the end of this first half. Ronan Lynch midway between his own 65 and 45 metre lines as the clock ticks to the half hour. He hasn't hit that one as well, Leo, I don't think. To the right and wide it goes, and the score remains level.
That's the Piarsaigh's 4 wide, I think, from in the first half here. Just this is when it goes down the final stretch. All these wides are really going to count.
Puck out now from Dara Stapleton, brilliantly won by Dahi Dempsey. He loses it under pressure, but looking to. He's over carried, says Kieran Gannett. Maybe just held on to it that little bit long, little hand of apology to his teammate. But
it's more a compliment to Doon's work right there, getting the numbers in around it, standing up David, and unfortunately for David, overcarried.
And there's a chance now from the flip side. Said it appears you had a chance to go into half time ahead. It is Doon's chance now. And it is Adam English over this free. Similar enough position from where Ronan Lynch had his last free, but of course at opposite ends of the field. And it's English. Hits this one. And no mistake from Adam English again. So Doon back into a 1-point lead. Leo, we played 1 minute of additional time.
Yeah, look, as I said, 1 minute into injury time here now, and just all tiny little margins count here now in the last two minutes of this.
And it's the Piarsaigh now trying to get level once more. It's out towards Dahi Dempsey again, breaks the ball down. Peter Casey coming in, he's won a free there. Chris Thomas, bit of a wild pull, Leo. Understand why the referee Kieran Gannett gave that one. And immediately a chance for Kevin Downs to get us back level, which will be for a 5th time.
Doon have really done their homework on the Piarsaigh puck out, the way they're sitting back, because that puck out there that Shane Dowling went down on top of Dave Dempsey, that was used about 6 or 7 times in the first 35-40 minutes of the game in the semi-final against Kilmallock by the Piarsaigh. And David always seemed to have a one-on-one situation that, even at various stages, they could have dropped it down in front of him and there was a bounce. But certainly, like, it's just the way Doon has smothered it there. They've done their homework.
No question of that. So it's Kevin Downs with this chance to level it, as I said, once again for a 5th time in this opening half. And no mistake from Kevin Downs as well. Straight over the bar, Leo. And, you know, with free takers like Kevin Downs and Adam English on the field, 99.9% of them are going to be thrown over the bar.
Both free takers have a 100% record inside their own half anyway.
Yeah, no mistake on that. Long one again from Stapleton. Plenty of bodies going up for it. Brilliant take from Donald Coughlin. That'll be a wonderful score if he can have the finishing touch, and he can't. It's to the left and wide. Well, Leo, it's unfortunate from his point of view. Did everything right. Great take in the air, but just didn't have the finish at the time. Had more time than he realised too.
Yeah, Shane, it's just interesting to puck, and just look, we're at the total advantage point where we can see right down top of it the interesting positions that the Piarsaigh are picking up on their puckouts.
Will Hen breaking that ball brilliantly down for himself, comes away with possession under pressure though, immediately with 5 defenders there. Mike Foley seeing a loose man, just didn't get enough on it. It was Dempsey that was heading and putting Mikey O'Brien under pressure. It was Mikey O'Brien, won the ball, won the free. Half time here at the 2 Gaelic grounds. We'll be back after this short break.
Thinking of selling or buying property? Talk to O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, trusted experts since 1990. With offices in Limerick, Cork and Dublin, our experienced team specialises in residential, commercial and land sales, delivering results through knowledge, experience and personal service. O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, experience you can trust, results that speak for themselves.
Proudly Irish and globally recognised, that's Smithstown Light Engineering. With state-of-the-art facilities in Shannon and Poland, our team of over 240 experts delivers world-class precision engineering for the medtech sector. Since 1974, innovation, quality and excellence have driven everything we do. Smithstown Light Engineering. Precision you can trust, innovation you can see.
Ballina Lard Logistics, a family-run international transport company you can rely on. We specialise in refrigerated, box and roller box trailers for air freight, transporting goods throughout Ireland, the UK and Europe. With experience, precision and care, we keep your cargo moving safely and on time. Ballynalard Logistics Ltd, delivering excellence every mile of the way.
Richardson's Butchers, located Main Street, Doon, County Limerick. Traditional Irish butchers where quality meets tradition. Finest quality meat, expertly prepared. Home-cured bacon, crafted with care, cured to perfection. Fresh fish available every Thursday and Friday. Phone orders welcome. Just give us a ring and we'll have your order ready. 061 380 447.
Serving Doon and beyond since 1925. McNamara's Hardware is your trusted local supplier for builders, farmers and DIY enthusiasts. From tools and paints to heating fuels and garden supplies, we've got everything you need, with expert advice and quality brands you can trust. McNamara's Hardware, Doon, nearly a century of service, quality and local know-how.
Get ready, something new is coming. Socks and Jocks, the shop that's all about comfort and style. Coming soon to a store near you. And best wishes to Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling County Final from all at Socks and Jocks.
Your health is our priority at Raheen Pharmacy. Caring for you and your family with expert advice and friendly service, we're here to help every step of the way. From all at Raheen Pharmacy, best wishes to Piarsaigh in the county final.
For quality you can taste and service you can trust, it's John Rooney Family Butchers Limerick. Supplying the finest locally sourced meats prepared fresh every day, from our family to yours. Proud to serve Limerick and best wishes to Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling Final.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.
Welcome back, pitch side here in the TUS Gaelic Grounds. It's half-time in the Whitebox Development Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final. It's Piarsaigh 10 points, Doon 1 goal and 7. Tit for tat, defensively very much the name of the game, TJ.
Yeah, I suppose we kind of felt the game was going to be tight. A draw again at half-time. Both defences have a man over, you can clearly see it there, and they're trying to maybe give each other the opposition, like get a puck out, and then it comes long, you try and get a turnover, and then you work it back into your position. So both teams are very physical, both teams good at turnovers, both teams good at using the ball, so it's a real clash of styles. Mightn't be the epic kind of out-and-out open hurling game, but it's chess-like and it's interesting to watch.
Okay, very much chess-like in the opening few minutes, and it looked like Piarsaigh had taken a big foothold in the game. We'll bring Leo in there because you had a better viewpoint of it up in the commentary gantry. That goal was a huge turn, as goals are, but that was a huge one. Questions over how legitimate it was?
Look, I'll be honest, I have the benefits of having seen the replays. Twice I looked at it. The ball hits the post, and just as it hits the post, Dean Coleman is about half a yard outside the small square, so he's every opportunity to go in and follow it in. The ball just broke him. It's just, to be quite honest, he was so alert for it and saw it happening, and he popped it into the back of the net. Definitely legal. Any questions about it? None.
Okay, in terms of every boy and every girl watching, it just shows the importance of being there, waiting for the unexpected. I think Doon hit the post 3 times in that first half.
Yeah, exactly, Colin, 3 times. But it's become a common. I just keep a note of it at the county level as well. When free takers are hitting balls, there seems to be no one goes in around the edge of the square when they're hitting a free, because everyone takes it to go over the bar or go wide, to be quite honest. But that one hit the post, bounced back down to Dean Coleman. As I said, right place, right time, and finished it.
As a result, has that goal then changed the flow of the game and how the teams have set up?
Totally, yeah, because during the next 5 minutes after Peter Casey got that little bit of a clip, he tended to drift out of the game. He was working his way into the game nicely, and Dara Donovan, Pat Ryan came out around the middle of the field and they created space for themselves, and it was an out ball the whole time for Doon, because defensively they had set up really well underneath in the Piarsaigh puck out. Okay, TJ, we'll bring you in. We talked about Adam English before the game. We talked about his scoring prowess. His work rate in that first half has been immense.
It's been immense, and his gears as well, Colin. He's very quick when he gets the ball in his hand. He's gone, like, it's very hard to catch. He's chipped in with 5 points already, 3 frees, 2 great points in play. He's a big player for them, and when he starts motoring, Doon starts to motor as well. So I think he'll be one for Na Piarsaigh to watch in the second half.
Okay, in terms of, you were talking about the puck outs from Na Piarsaigh. Is the setup breaking their flow a bit?
It might be, because I think Doon wants him to come long, and once or twice there, Shane has gone short to Ronan Lynch here in the cornerback position, and he's lumped the ball long, which I think Doon maybe wants. I think maybe for Na Piarsaigh they might get more change if they went through the middle third. Now sometimes that can be kind of a little bit more dangerous because there'll be turnovers, but I think they might get more change and using the ball short, because Doon really are on top of their full back line.
Okay, Leo, bring you back in. Just watching Na Piarsaigh, they seem to be playing it down the wings more. Is that a set play that they're trying to avoid, going down that central channel and avoid that sweeper?
It is, Colin, but in fairness to Doon, it's Doon's work rate. It's grand when the ball goes to hand, when the ball is pinpoint perfect, but when the ball doesn't go to hand, Doon are getting the numbers in around it, and that's where Doon, when they look at the stats of the first half, they'll have an amount of turnovers. But as I said, like, one of the most interesting things for me, Colin, that has really happened with Doon is the Doon puck out. The Doon puck out is going really long down the field, and it's almost as if it's sucking in the Na Piarsaigh defenders in underneath it, right? They have to do it, obviously, to get the numbers underneath it for fear of someone catching it clean out there, but it's really sucking in. And don't get me wrong, if it broke, I think the likes of Adam English, like we saw, he's really beginning to make the runs, and if one of them breaks him in 6, the goal opportunity might develop for Doon in the second half.
Okay, just for people watching at home, just in terms of the noise and the applause there in the background, it's the 2000 All-Ireland Under-21 team being honoured. Some of them have aged well.
They have 25 years on, Leo, I suppose, yeah. And they went on to win, obviously, they won 3 in a row, so fantastic times for Limerick, and maybe would have been disappointed maybe for someone that didn't go on maybe and capitalise at senior level, but luckily enough the boys from 2018 onwards fixed all that column, so we ain't talk about it anymore. But they were a great team, and they won some brilliant matches back around and created a great buzz around the county.
We spotted John Kiley up there in the crowd a little earlier. Is there anyone here that wouldn't have been on his radar this morning that he's noting?
I don't think so, no. I think most of the good play at the moment is kind of for the fellas who've been there, so I'm not sure if there's anybody jumping off the page just yet, but at the same time maybe John might be able to spot something that maybe that bit of potential and says, you know what, if I brought him in I could change it up, and they've done that with a number of players over the last number of years, so but all to play for second half, Colin. Really interesting battle, even still hard to call, there's nothing between the two teams, another goal will be huge either side.
Okay, Leo, who's the happier manager?
Oh, that's a good question.
I saved the big ones for Leo.
That's good. No, I think Doon will be that little bit happier, knowing that the game was beginning to drift in the Piarsaigh's way, and that ball that came down off the post, I think that brought him completely back into the game. A 1-point game, Doon will be happy with that going into the second half, because I think the game will open up that little bit more in the second half with 10-15 minutes to go. Myself and TJ spoke during the week, going down the straight, it's anyone's game, and the team that makes the least amount of mistakes, and more importantly I think as well, to be quite honest, is the discipline of both teams. The teams that give away the least amount of frees in the second half are because both free takers today are 3 from 3 at the moment. So from that point of view, Doon probably that little bit happier at the moment, but certainly Na Piarsaigh will want to open it up more in the second half.
What about you, TJ? Would you go along with that?
I probably would, yeah. The only small thing I'd say maybe, Colin, is the breeze, it just lifts every now and again, and in the earlier game the team playing into this goal here seemed to have the better of it in both halves, so that might be a slight advantage for Doon at the moment. I think Derek will definitely be happy. Na Piarsaigh were favourites coming in, they want to stay in the game, it's a draw at half time. I would say the answer to the question is he's probably just slightly happier right now, but there's not much between these two teams, and there's a lot of quality on both sides, so one mistake or anything like that, goals on.
We mentioned the influence of Adam English in that first half. Is there anything that Piarsaigh can do differently to try and negate that?
They could probably man-mark him. Like, as I said, the way the teams are set up, there isn't really an out-and-out man-marking going on. You're wondering with Doon playing one or two up top and Mike Casey's drifted into the half-back line, is maybe they could decide to say, you know what, we'll go out-and-out man-to-man.
Okay, time for us to take the all-important big calls.
Right this minute, my prediction before the match was in Piarsaigh just. Don't be surprised if this goes to extra time.
Oh, I'm not able for any more extra time, Colin. So, yeah, look, it's still all to play for. I said in the Piarsaigh at the start of the game, the win is very marginal. You know what I mean? Maybe I think if they use the ball better through the middle third, the Piarsaigh, the game is there for both teams, but I'll stick with the Piarsaigh because I went with them at the start.
Okay, we've sent
Leo back to the gantry.
We've seen Leo, in case you think Usain Bolt is after arriving at the TUS Gaelic grounds, that's Leo O'Connor heading back up to the commentary gantry. But let's, as the Piarsaigh team back on the field, TJ, in terms of the spectacles today, you know, we've had an incredible Premier Intermediate, Lions of Limerick Premier Intermediate Championship final, and now this beautiful afternoon. After all the disappointment at the county level, great to see the club out
finish well. Like,
yeah.
I suppose when you get to the final stage of any competition, you want the two best teams and you want a good, proper game. Like as I said, they're the two best teams. They're matching up well against each other, and it's still all to play for. As I said, at times we want this open, beautiful game of hurling, but sometimes that tight, tense, defensive stuff, that's interesting to watch too.
Yes, indeed. Plenty of questions to be answered over the next 30-35 minutes or so. We're going to head back up to the commentary position for our match commentator, John Q, and I'd say maybe a breathless Leo O'Connor. TJ, thanks for that. We'll be back with more analysis at full time here pitchside in the TUS Gaelic grounds. But for now, let's go back to John.
Welcome back to the studio where Usain Bolt has rejoined me, I should say. Leo, I'll give you a minute to get your breath, but as you said at half time, it really is all to play for in the second half.
Listen, I just think that the game is in the melting pot. The next few scores are going to be really, really important. Who takes control of it out around the middle of the field? Puck outs is really going to become important. Breaking ball off in particular, and as I said down at half time, maybe that stroke of luck. Someone breaks onto a ball and it's up the back of the net.
We have to mention, I know you briefly mentioned it down below about the 21s team of 2000. I know it took 18 years, Leo, but a lot of those players had impact on the next generation that came through as well. You know, great to cherish them and you know, give them their proper dues on county final day as well. You know, it was the start of a great time for Limerick hurling at 3 in a row under 21s. Yes, it didn't usher in senior success, but maybe it just laid a few groundling seeds.
Yeah, just that team that was down there. There's a wealth of experience down there. Timmy Holohan, now below as goalkeeping coach for Uncle Kenny, signed up this week. Then you have, in fairness, Brian Geary, who played both hurling and football with Limerick. And in terms of what he has done for the county over the years of service, Damien Rail at cornerback, like, they're absolutely huge guys that have all. And dare I mention the great Stephen Lucy, both hurling and football in Limerick. They've all served the county really, really well. Credit to the county.
And you only have to look at Conor Fitzgerald as well, who serves the county in a very different way. Yes. Sponsorship of both junior hurling championships under the Fitzgerald banner with the Woodlands House Hotel. So, you know, it's just great to see them honoured.
It's always at the end of a phone call as well, John, you know, when you need assistance with anything.
Back underway here in the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. JJ Carey playing this one in. It's a good ball into Will Hen as well. Hen now trying to put Piarsaigh back in front. Hand pass off to Peter Casey. Casey, little dummy to beat Barry Murphy. Doesn't do so, but has the free in. You can see what Casey was at straight away there, Leo. Just a little jink.
Yeah, that's Peter. He knew, you know, he got the ball, pinpoint ball into his hand, turned the half opportunity was there to turn it and try and turn Barry. Barry stood him up. Kind of a little bit of a professional foul.
Have a substitute at half time here for Piarsaigh. Keith Dempsey is on for Dylan Lynch. Just didn't happen for Dylan in that first half. So Keith Dempsey wearing number 21 onto the field for Piarsaigh, replacing number 18, Dylan Lynch. So Kevin Downs with this free will put Piarsaigh back in front with just 48 seconds of the second half played. No mistake from Kevin Downs. I've said that a lot in that first half, Leo. Both him and Adam English imperious from place balls.
Absolutely, and
like it's really going to come down to that at the end of the day, the discipline of both teams, and let's see where it takes them.
Puck out now coming from Dara Stapleton. It's a good take over there by Eddie Stokes. Stokes now needs a bit of help, but again, which has been so often the case, a number of defenders converging, and it's na Piarsaigh with the turnover. It is now Keith Dempsey. Lovely bit of play from Dempsey to free the hands. Mike Casey doesn't take the shot on, instead delivers into Adrian Breen. The touch is good from Breen. He's got space thrown into Kevin Downs with him. He goes for it. It's not the greatest of strikes, but it's gone in. Dara Stapleton won't be happy with it. Adrian Breen won't care a jot. And it's a goal for na Piarsaigh. What a start to this second half for them.
He was almost expecting a rasper in fairness to Dara Stapleton, and it bounced twice, and he was trying to make his way across on his knees to get to it, and unfortunately he ended up in the corner of the net.
Well, we are back underway with a bang in this second half. JJ Carey now to add to it for na Piarsaigh. It'll put them, funnily enough, 5 points up all of a sudden, Leo. 112 to 1-7, and that second half, whatever was said at half time, certainly worked from Shane O'Neill's point of view. Huge swing.
Absolutely, as we say, you come out, you attack the second half. na Piarsaigh have taken the mantle, pushed on, opened up that 5 point gap. Makes it very, very difficult now for Doon working their way back into this.
Ball over on that far side, breaks again for na Piarsaigh. Plenty of time for Mike Foley to spray that one back to Shane Dowling, who's all the time that he needs here. He's going to have a crack at this one, I think, Leo, from inside the D. It's a good delivery. It's going to break on the 20-metre line for Kevin Downs. Breaks in his favour too. Mikey O'Brien trying to get over. Leaves it to Tommy Hayes. Downs takes him on. Good challenge from Tommy Hayes. A good, fair, hefty challenge. The ball has gone wide, and it will be a restart for Doon. Dara Stapleton looking at his options. I think Tommy Hayes and Kevin Downs weren't aware that the whistle had been blown for a wide ball there, Leo.
Yeah, both of them, and a little bit of afters getting to know each other.
That was a part of the game as well, of course. So Stapleton goes short to Jack Ryan. He'll do well to keep it in play. He's done so. Ryan now has support in the middle from Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan takes a look at what's inside. It's just Kevin Maher and his marker in there, which has been Vince Harrington throughout this game. Ball breaks now. Chance for Eddie Stokes to run on. Stokes takes the shot on, pops it over the bar. Good reply from Doon, and a needed reply.
Yeah, very clever. Good point just to get the scoreboard ticking over the start of the second half. Came around the back. Maybe if it was a little bit more open, he could have gone for it, but no, the angle was too tight and popped it over the bar.
Dowling takes a bit off that one. Beautiful ball from Shane Dowling off to Mike Foley onto his favourite right hand side to JJ Carey. He's just scored a moment ago. JJ Carey, that one's going to drop. Dara Stapleton off his line, catches it safely into his chest. And that's what you want to see from your goalkeeper. Stapleton still going with it, plays it short across, goes sideways to Jack Ryan, who then goes down the line. There's a bit of space now for Chris Thomas from halfway. Chris Thomas is blocked down. He's blocked down brilliantly, and well, no surprise to see the man who's doing the damage for na Piarsaigh. And it's Will O'Donoghue off to Peter Casey. Left hand side shot from Peter Casey, and that one is miles to the right, and Moyle will be disappointed with that with Casey. Further evidence though of Will O'Donoghue's attitude and aptitude for that kind of work, Leo.
Listen, the man, he's always made for that kind of stuff. Many times in the past have we seen him doing it in the green jersey and both the light and the sky blue jersey.
There's na Piarsaigh with possession once more here. Half hook though on that Mike Casey delivery. Richie English now plays it across to Cian O'Donovan. O'Donovan doesn't have a huge amount of options in front. It's Doon now under pressure from na Piarsaigh. They had 5 players and across one line there. They could have done with some more help up the front. Jack Ryan now playing this up the line for Barry Murphy. Foot race between Murphy and Will O'Donoghue. Murphy gets it onto his favourite left. He's still going. Barry Murphy. Ronan Lynch with the challenge. Free into Doon was the call from referee Kieran Gannan. That was well worked in the end, Leo, but they just seemed a little bit static in their own defensive pattern.
When the initial ball came here, Adam English made a great diagonal run up here, came cut through the middle and just came out just down road underneath us here, and it would have been the ideal. Here they go quick! No,
I've
gone back.
Quick. Yeah, they tried to go quick.
Yeah, but no, put the ball over the bar, bring it back down to a 3-point game, 112. After this, it should be 112 plays 1-9. But no, that diagonal run from Adam, if the ball had come quicker, maybe that opportunity would come available to Adam.
Didn't happen on this occasion for Adam English. 5 points, as he said, down below on pitch side in the first half for English. And that's point number 6 for the Doon, number 11 as well, Leo. And a good response from that goal. Okay, JJ Carey got that point for na Piarsaigh immediately after, but Eddie Stokes and Adam English there making this, a 3-point game again.
na Piarsaigh are affording the opportunity to go short with Shane and then drills it out to that. Oh, turned over again.
They are indeed here in na Piarsaigh. Just making a bit of a mess of that one. Dean Coleman has it. 2 players converge. English, brilliant from Mike Foley. English gets it again though, he gets the strike away, keeps it low, does Adam English, and keeps it over the bar again. 2-point game, Leon. If Adam English starts to fire, this game could just go a very different way very quickly.
Very similar to the previous game that we've had in the intermediate. You know, when teams took a lead, there was always a response, and Doon have responded when that 5-point gap opened up. They're back down to 2 points. Unbelievable from Doon.
Coverage, of course, today brought to you in association with the Limerick Motor Centre, Ireland's longest service Hyundai dealers with a wealth of experience in sales, service, parts and finance, and years of customer service. It's Dahi Dempsey for na Piarsaigh trying to get that hand pass away. He's blocked down by Tommy Hayes. Battle on the ground once more. It's happened so often in this game. The attitude and aptitude for work, it really has shone through here, and it's Doon with Pat Ryan trying to get it away. Dahi Dempsey with the block. Adrian Breen picks up the loose ball. He loses it thanks to Pat Ryan's channel. It's eventually Chris Thomas finally with a yard of space up to Donald Coughlin. Coughlin immediately closed down by O'Donoghue. And another as well in Keith Dempsey. Adam English, hand pass inside towards the middle. Didn't really go where he expected it or wanted it, but Darragh O'Donovan has done brilliantly to hold on to it and win it free as well. There's probably one he'll leave to English, but that's excellent from O'Donovan.
In the last 5 minutes alone, Adam English's influence all round between popping the ball over the bar. He's worked great turning over ball there and just doing the simple thing and doing it really well and doing it really fast. So from that point of view, just down underneath us, I kind of heard a whisper about this. Conor Boylan is warming up. So maybe na Piarsaigh are thinking that way.
Yeah, also as Aidan O'Connell is warming up for Doon, he might be the first man introduced by Derek McGrath as backroom team as English just inside his own half to take this one. Played nearly 3 minutes of the second half. It's na Piarsaigh that had the great start. It's Doon in response, and Adam English has nailed that one as well. Leo, it's a very impressive response.
That's his 5th point from free. So, as I said, discipline is becoming an issue for na Piarsaigh. They can't be giving away silly frees like that because Adam is punishing every one of them.
4 in a row now for Doon as Dowling goes long towards Downs. Downs breaks it down. Casey gets a hand and it doesn't get it clean though. Ball goes to ground and thrown in by referee Kieran Ganam is the call. Aidan O'Connell just looking down below us, having a chat with Paul Keane, of course son of the Limerick under-21 manager of that 3 in a row, Leo. Dave Keane and Paul Keane part of the Doon setup here. It's Doon coming away with possession. Dean Coleman harassed brilliantly by Emmett McAvoy, doing superb. Manages just get it away at the nick of time, but it isn't a clean ball for Doon. Neither side winning it at the moment here, but na Piarsaig's ferocious work rate coming through again. Casey does brilliantly, gets it away now to Emmett McAvoy. McAvoy chased down by Adam English. He's done very, very well. Emmett McAvoy to get it into Adrian Breen. Breen fouled by Tommy Hayes, getting right through the back of him, Leo. Easy decision for the referee.
Yeah, the influence of the ball going in, the early ball going into the na Piarsaigh full forward line. Adrian Breen is really becoming a target man inside because he's breaking out the diagonal when the ball goes into the corner played angle wise. Adrian's coming out and a very, very well won free there.
And it is Kevin Downs again to break that run of 4 in a row from Doon. Interesting, na Piarsaig's early second half lead of 5 points whittled down to 1. Haven't even played 10 minutes of the second half lead. There's probably been more action in this half already than there maybe was in the first. Fascinating battle as it was in the first half. It just seems to be freed up a little bit as Downs prepared to take this one. Lovely strike, yeah, from Kevin Downs. Straight as the die is the call from Leo O'Connor. The score goes up 113 to 111 in the Piarsaig's favour. Aidan O'Connell is on for Doon in place of Richie English, and maybe, you know, that hamstring injury he suffered, Leo, that saw him miss the semi-final, has rolled its ugly head again.
Yeah, but Aidan O'Connell's a lad who played under 20 hurling with Limerick this year, plenty of experience, so he won't be in any way enamoured by this occasion.
Big talent is Aidan O'Connell. 2 point lead for na Piarsaigh as Doon go along towards Kevin Maher. He's had a quiet game. Vince Harrington has done a fine job on him. That ball is broken though now for Donald Coughlin, and Coughlin trying to converge and goal, gets that shot away. It'll be some score from Donald Coughlin. That's an excellent finish from the youngster when he made his senior debut last year, did Coughlin, and he's done a fine job today as well, Leo. That's excellent.
Absolutely great score. Back down to a 1 point game. It's tit for tat. Everything counts here now.
Again, na Piarsaigh working this one towards Will Hen. Challenge from Darragh O'Donovan on the ball, says the referee. No problem with it. Back to Will O'Donoghue. Him and Adam English having a little battle there. English can't get the challenge away. Casey breaks that one down. There is Aidan O'Connell now. Maybe he's doing the detailed job on Peter Casey, which will free Barry Murphy up as English launches this one. maybe just a bit much on it as Harrington marshals Kevin Maher away from danger again. And Shane Downey looking to take this one quickly. He's not allowed to do so. Just have to wait.
Doon go along, when Kevin's inside them 1-on-1 and they're breaking the ball away from him. Vince Harrington is doing a really good job, but one of them will probably stick at some stage, and that might create the opportunity for Doon.
Ball over the top now. Peter Casey keeps it in play for Piarsaigh. Casey now trying to beat his man, which is still Barry Murphy. Lovely ball off to Mike Foley looking for point number 2. Foley won't usually miss those when he doesn't miss it this time either, and that's an excellent score.
One of the unsung heroes of the Piarsaigh team just drifts up the field. You saw the point he got right down underneath us in the first half. There again, you see him drifting up the field. Great turnover by him at McAvoy from the puck out.
And trying to make it a 4-point lead again here. It's William O'Donoghue. He's got one in the first half. He's got another here, and that's brilliant work from the Piarsaigh. O'Donoghue strikes it superbly. It's a second point for him. It's a 4-point lead for the Piarsaigh.
Yeah, just it's gassed the way the game has gone, to be quite honest. Both teams are really, really matching themselves. The matchups are really, really good.
Aidan O'Connell in possession for the first time here. Plays it a beautiful line, diagonal ball across the Maher. Maher has it in his hand. He's got Pat Ryan on the turn. He's going to go through himself. Loses it though, does Maher. And the Piarsaigh have Mike Casey to pick up the pieces. They couldn't wish for a better man than him. Plays it out to JJ Carey. Carey, touch was good. Adam English with the foul. You could see he was running in to try and drop the shoulder and get the shoulder in, Leo. In fairness to the Piarsaigh man, just had that little bit of a step.
Yeah, just the turn, and Kevin couldn't just unfortunately get away in the first when he turned in the first 2 steps, and the Piarsaigh managed to turn over.
It will be a free now. Ronan Lynch lining it up. He'd 1 from 2 from distance in the first half. He scored the longer one, missed the, I wouldn't say shorter one by much, but it's a chance all the same.
This is a chance. This is an important free in the game. This makes it a 2-score game. Currently 115 plays 112. This makes it is really, really important. Silence, I suppose, says it all.
Indeed, it does. 3-point lead for Piarsaigh. Ball dropping around the edge of the square. The hand goes up. It's a great take. Back there was a Barry Murphy. It was Mikey O'Brien. Indeed, blocked down by Peter Casey. Is Darragh O'Donovan. Casey and Will Henn trying to put pressure on the Doon captain there. He's managed to get the ball out to Cian O'Donovan, his younger brother. Cian now racing away from Peter Casey. O'Donoghue trying to come in, and late hit by William O'Donoghue. English will try and play it away anyway and get the score for Doon. Will be a momentum swing for Doon. It goes over the bar. That's an excellently worked score. They caught it at the edge of the square, Leo, their own square. Worked the ball out. Lovely ball across to English under pressure from Cian O'Donovan. What a finish from Adam.
No better man to be appearing at the end of a movement like that. Darragh to Cian, and Cian worked the ball up the field, saw Adam, popped it off, and Adam runs into the space and puts it over the bar.
We have a 2-point game, and once more here in the 2 Gaelic rounds. And free for the Piarsaigh Down. Ronan Lynch will scoot across to try and pop this one over as well, Leo.
Yeah, well, as I said, discipline, the amount of frees you're giving away is becoming really, really important in the game. And the Piarsaigh are getting their opportunities here now from these 2 long distance frees. Ronan going over to the far side just to hit this one. Probably needs to put this one back over the bar to make it up a 3-point game again. As we saw in the first half, when the ball hit the post, that little bit struck a look. Who knows what happens in county finals?
So there's Ronan Lynch. And just inside his own 65-metre line. The Piarsaigh leading 115 to 113. As Lynch ready to strike this one. Hit it very, very well, but the accuracy is there on this occasion. Well done, Ronan Lynch. That's an excellent score from distance again.
Yeah, 15 minutes to go in the Limerick County final. 3-point lead in favour of the Piarsaigh.
Indeed it is. 116 to 113 after that excellent strike from Ronan Lynch. Doon now with Kevin Maher using his strong size there, and Donald Coughlin doing well here. Maher's gone on the run for him, but again 3 Piarsaigh players in and around Donald Coughlin as he tries to come away with it, but it is Piarsaigh, and now it's JJ Carey. I think William O'Donoghue was the man who won it. Will Henn looked at the goals, lost the ball here, quickly closed down by Adam English. English now has it in his hand, goes backwards to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan with the strike from distance. He's hit that very, very well indeed. Darragh O'Donovan, who one of the scores of the game, are back to 2 points, Leo. And we'll now rejoin Colin O'Connor and TJ Ryan down pitch side.
Start to the second half for Piarsaigh. Looked like they were about to pull away TJ, and again no more than in the first game. their opponents aren't letting them go anywhere.
No, correct. I thought Na Piarsaigh used the ball better to start the second half, using the ball, not hitting as many long balls, but you'd have to say Adam English effect has come into play after the goal. He got two lovely scores in play and a huge turnover and brilliant score from Darragh Donovan there. All to play for as we head into the last quarter, Colm.
Okay, let's head back to Leo, but first, John Keogh.
Shot from Darragh Donovan coming in, doesn't trouble the scorers or Shane Dowling in the Na Piarsaigh goal. White ball on that occasion, Leo, but as we've said so several times in the commentary thus far, this one is going down the stretch.
Oh, this one's going down the stretch without chat of a doubt. I thought we lost our nerves after the first one, but certainly the second one is a humdinger as well. Very, very tight. Adam English turning over ball again.
William O'Donoghue was there to win the dirty ball back for Na Piarsaigh, and he's still charging away, loses it momentarily, and Doon have nicked it full time here. Back to Cian O'Donovan. O'Donovan has Pat Ryan in a bit of space. It's Dean Coleman, in fact. Coleman with that strike. It's a beauty from Coleman. We're back to a 1 point game here.
Yeah, it's a goal and 2 points from Dean Coleman from play today. Himself and Adam English are taking the challenge to Na Piarsaigh.
And the intensity, Leo, the hurling has certainly improved in the second half. The intensity hasn't dropped either.
Yeah, 1 point game. It'll open up. I think it'll open up another little bit further later in the game as well.
That's Doon winning possession once more with Barry Murphy getting out ahead of Peter Casey. Murphy under pressure from Kevin Downs just shovels it up the line now, and it's Eddie Stokes. It is indeed for Doon. Stokes still going with him. Mike Casey lost the hurley. Eddie Stokes gets the shot away. It's advantage Mike Casey there. No free forthcoming. Whether it was a free or not is in the disposal of the referee, and Shane Dowling started it quickly out to Mike Foley.
Yeah, but typical Mike Casey, left his body on the line, left himself exposed, put the hands up, body up, try and block the ball.
Mike Foley goes from one from downtown, but that one's to the left and wide. You can understand why he took it on given his success in the game thus far, but that one doesn't go to plan for Na Piarsaigh as Darragh Stapleton goes short to Barry Murphy. Murphy now under pressure from Kevin Downs, drops the ball. Piarsaigh sideline looking for a free there for charging. Darragh Stapleton comes off his line quickly to help his centre back out. Switch of play from Darragh over the head. Mikey O'Brien, in fairness, hadn't a clue where that one went, and that is the setting sun here in the two Gaelic grounds, which is a problem at that end. I can guarantee you that, as Cian O'Donovan from his own 65 launches one. He's going to drop in and around the edge of the square with Pat Ryan looking to win it. Great bit of defensive work back there. Jerome Boylan, who's so been beset with injuries over the last few years, Leo, and it's great to see him back in the Piarsaigh team and doing a fine job.
Settled himself very, very well underneath the ball, got his positional sense really good and defended it really well.
Oh, and it's a mistake there from the Piarsaigh there. Will O'Donoghue with not the best of passes to William Henn, and it does result in a sideline ball now for Doon, and Cian O'Donovan over there might wait for his brother Darragh to get over and maybe have a crack at it, but Cian's going to have a look at it himself first of all.
Conor Boylan is going to make his first senior hurling appearance of the year with Na Piarsaigh. I knew he was back in training, heard whispers that he was back in training, but certainly a major lift for Na Piarsaigh to get him back on the field.
Yeah, big moment for Na Piarsaigh. Conor Boylan has missed the whole lot of the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship this year.
It's interesting to see, just as Na Piarsaigh are bringing on Conor Boylan, 3 Doon substitutes go down the sideline. As we said, the influence of subs on this game is going to be vital as well.
It's O'Donovan with the sideline.
It's
a beauty from Darragh O'Donovan. I'm laughing as I say it, Leo, because that is outrageous. We are level for a 6th time in the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship, and we have 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go. We're all level, we're all square. Doon seem to be having that little bit of energy at the moment. They've brought themselves, have worked really hard to get themselves back into the game. They're up on the sideline. Derek is up on the sideline. Denny Maloney's up on the sideline. They're roaring, they're urging them on. It's all to play for. Conor Boylan comes on and Will Henn comes off underneath us.
Boylan, it'll be interesting to see where he
calling straight away for a puck out.
And it's Dowling going deep towards Conor Boylan and towards Adrian Breen as well. Breen will do well to keep this one, and he's done exactly that. Pressure now from Boylan in on the Doon defender here, and he's all over it again. Adrian Breen being helped out this time though. It's good play back there from Chris Thomas. I think he was going to be done for charging if he hadn't been tugged back before that one, Leo, but either way, free out to Doon.
Yeah, look, the way Chris Thomas, the way Mikey O'Brien, Tom Hayes, the way they're defending back there, they're getting their bodies in over the ball, they're planting their feet, going low, taking the ball out of the tackle, and as you see, working it out there and drawing the frees the whole time.
Darragh Stapleton on his 13-metre line to strike this one. Plays it up the same line, looking for Kevin Maher. Maher looking to break it down. Can't get a hand of Pat Ryan though. Straight on and in a flash, trying to put Doon up. Brilliant block down by Boylan. Plays it back to English. English under pressure immediately. Somehow gets it onto his hand, Adam English. English plays it across the edge of the square. Dean Coleman looking to get up at Emmett McAvoy though. Has done very well defensively from the Piarsaigh all game. He's done it very well again there. Kevin Maher though has halted his progress momentarily. Comes back to Coleman. Coleman flick of the wrist to put it. Doon in front. It's just to the left and wide. And a chance.
We stoppage and play. One of the Piarsaigh players down the far side of the field. And just looking, seems to be a lull by the referee. Shane popping the ball up and down the hurley, wondering does he go short, does he go long, take the pressure off his backs. Maybe for a minute decides to go short.
Does go short, and it's a tricky one for Mike Casey to take. He's done well, plays it along the line. The Piarsaigh worked it well towards Mike Foley. Little touch. Jack Ryan is in a flash, and Ryan to look at goals with this one's going to drop to the right and wide down. You know, again, Leo had more time than he realised even.
Ironically, the same thing happened, to be quite honest, in our Premier Intermediate final, where both teams, where the game was a draw in the melting pot, both teams are missing one or two opportunities.
Ball breaking down there in front of Keane Donovan, gets a boot on it. And now it's Adrian Breen. Ball just stops on the heavy ground here, which we have to say the two skated grounds in sensational condition for these finals here, as Chris Thomas gets it away to Donald Coughlin. Coughlin brilliantly dispossessed by Mike Casey. Didn't even have the ball in his hand, and it was flicked away by Casey before he even thought about catching it. Adrian Breen playing it down towards Boylan. Boylan now gets a challenge from Mikey O'Brien, gets the ball in hand. Connor Boylan wrestled to the rock ground by Keane Donovan, free into the Piarsaigh.
Cleverness out of Connor, that bit of experience, bought the free there, lifted the hands up high. Keane came in underneath him, and without shadow of a doubt, definitely a free. Connor getting up wins a good free. How many times have he done that for Limerick in the past?
And Piarsaigh getting Tommy Grimes ready as their third substitute of the game. It's Tommy Grimes.
Tommy will come on, bring loads of physicality to the game, get out there, loads of energy. Probably a guy with probably 5 or 6 county senior hurling championship medals in his pocket. How big an occasion to bring him on. 10 minutes, 8 minutes to go now. 7 probably on this puck out.
And it is now Kevin Downs with this chance for the Piarsaigh to put him a point up. And once again, Downs nails it, and it is 117 to 116 in the Piarsaig's favour.
Yeah, that's Kevin's 6 points from frees today. And certainly he's been 100% on the free count. Tommy Grimes been brought on from Mike Foley. Interesting, Mike Foley's been doing okay, but obviously a little bit of energy, but that bit of experience as well around the place. When it comes down the final stretch here, 6.5 minutes to go.
We have a grandstand finish ahead of us here in our Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final, of course brought to you in association with the Limerick Motor Centre, Ireland's longest service Hyundai dealer with a wealth of experience in sales, service, parts and finance, and years of customer service. And the Piarsaigh trying to make it a 2-point lead. It's Adrian Breen true on goals. Breen, chance to do it, saved by Stapleton. Darrow Donovan's there in the rebound, and Di Dempsey is the judge to have fouled him. Big chance. Could Adrian Breen have kept going, Leo? That's the question I have to you.
Could he have kept going, kicked the ball into the net or batted it in front of him into the net? Possibility, but look, Adrian Breen read the situation ideally perfectly to turn, get the breaking ball anyway, and certainly that goal opportunity was there. Maybe would he been better off just flicking it over the bar when he got possession? Who knows?
Garrett Thomas is going to be the next player onto the field for Doon, as well as they're looking to get back on level terms. 6 times we've been level in this Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. It's been maybe not the classic we all hope for, but it's certainly been a hell of a second half for sure. Adam English now marauding down that far touchline under pressure from Will Henn. Lovely flick away from the possession of Adam English.
Darragh Donovan again strolling over to getting his composure. Probably go for this one as well.
I should say that was JJ Carey with the interception. Will Henn having come off. Garrett Thomas coming on for Donald Coughlin on the Doon side, and he can be a player, Leo, that can make a big impact in the end of this game and whatever else we may have after.
Donald Coughlin, a lad coming off the field after having some county final, in fairness, then brought a lot of energy. One good ball for Doon and laid it off.
Darrow Donovan.
Be very happy with his performance. Ironically, 2 subs that are coming onto the field end up marking each other now.
Of course, that's the way it can end up at times, as O'Donovan lining this one up. 117 to 116. Less than 5 minutes to play, and well, that's not one of Darragh's better ones.
Don't think to be too much extra time in this one, to be quite honest.
Doon lining up Cormac Ryan as well on the sideline, maybe as the next man to come in as they look to get a levelling score. It's Shane Dowling in no rush to take this puck out, going down that far side. Conor Boylan is a man over there at the moment. Boylan, what a take from the Napier number 28 and substitute. Boylan still going with it. 3 Doon men around him though. Gets the ball away to Adrian Breen. Breen gets it into the hand now. Adrian Breen with the strike to put 2 points in it, and just to the right and wide it goes. What a take from Boylan initially though, Leo.
That's exactly what he brings. Underneath the puck out, big, tall, strong man, opens up. If you think about it, Middleton are in a Cork County final today. And his uncles all played with Middleton. Indeed, his father did back in '86 when 3 Boylans were on the Corks over on the Middleton senior hurling team that won a championship.
Dara Stapleton is struggling in the Doon goals there as well. He's got the puck out of the way. Great take in the middle of the park there by Eddie Stokes. And Stokes heading towards goal. He's got Darragh O'Donovan with him. O'Donovan now for the levelling score. Will he go for it? Still going, Darragh O'Donovan. Shot. Goal for Doon! Brilliant from O'Donovan. He had the advantage of the free, Leo. They kept going with it. What a dummy. Created the space and had the finish as well.
Absolutely. One of those players that Dara made the run there. The minute he saw possession was won clean by Eddie Stokes, made the run off his shoulder, popped it off him and stuck the ball in the back of the net.
What a finish from Doon. They all of a sudden lead by 216 to 117. What do Piarsaigh have in reply? Breaks the Boylan. Hurley coming in. It's Barry Murphy there. Keith Dempsey was trying to get in the action as well. Free out. Wild pull from Keith Dempsey is the call from referee Kieran Ganal. Leo, that finish from Darragh O'Donovan. The little dummy for the shot. Created the space. He had a picture in his mind, Leo. That's one thing having a picture. When you can take the photo with it, that's brilliant from O'Donovan. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Staring down the barrel of a gun here now. 2.5 minutes to go. You're asking me questions here, John, about man the match. Ooh.
We'll give you a minute or two as Cormac Ryan comes in for Dean Coleman
on
the Doon side.
I'm not ruling out extra time here either, now, let me tell you.
We'll hold off as long as we can.
Yeah.
Trying to help out our buddies down the sideline with that decision, Leo. You'll give it when you can, but at the moment, this game certainly still very much in the melting point. We have just over 2 minutes of normal time to play. As you said, Leo, there haven't been that many stoppages, certainly for injuries, up until this one in this second half. So it will all be at the discretion, of course, of referee Kieran Ganal. Dean Coleman having scored 1-2 departs the scene.
Yeah, it's just small things going down the finishing straight here now. Puck outs are going to be vital. Freeze, take the pressure off yourself. Doon will slow it down. This is going to give it at least 2 minutes of injury because there's an injury time. Barry just picked up a knock on the side of the head. You can see him holding the side of the head, but certainly he's getting up. But taking their breather, letting it settle. Just interesting to see the way we're looking further back down the field to win Piarsaigh. There's 5 Piarsaigh players waiting for this ball to come down the middle. So you can see the hunger there. William O'Donoghue's in front of him, waiting for that pop ball to come out. Tough call now, man, the match. I'm just trying to buy myself time as well, to be quite honest.
We leave Leo stupor with that one as Dara Stapleton plays this free and goes as long as he can. Adam English is the target. 2 men there. Maher goes up. Ball breaks. Mike Casey is there for Piarsaigh. Great win from the Piarsaigh full back. Can't get the ball away brilliantly though. Chris Thomas now for Doon as they head towards the 20-metre line. Thomas is over. Carried. Great defensive work from Piarsaigh, and a chance now for them to head down towards goal again. I think, Leo, we've just heard it in our ears. There's going to be 4 minutes additional time. Maybe for the substitutes as well. You have to count that in the second half. Either way, Tommy Grimes has it on the far sideline. Grimes steps inside, manages to get it on the bounce, just about. Plays it straight down into the Doon man. And the man back there for Doon, that's Cormac Ryan. And the way they come with it now, it's Barry Murphy. Murphy looking at his options. He's going to go long. That's not going to reach. There is no Doon player inside the 45-metre line.
Didn't need to get a player up there because you're just inviting the Piarsaigh on. Oh, here we go.
Eddie Stokes has gone for goal. It's hit just over the bar. 3-point lead for Doon. It was a missed clearance from Dowling. I think Stokes, Leo, went for goal from nearly 70 yards out. Either way, it ends up in a point. We have a 3-point game.
3-point game, 4 minutes to go. Doon are soaking up the pressure. You can see them the way they've drifted back down the field.
Ball
that can come to your detriment as well.
Into the 13-metre line. Boylan has it. Shot. Boylan. Goal for the Piarsaigh. Unbelievable stuff at the 2 Gaelic grounds. And as substitutions go, Leo, to get up over the heads of everyone else to catch it, land, turn, bury.
No wonder I was buying myself time. I said it. The influence of guys around this field. 3 minutes to what? 3.5 minutes to go now. If the 4 minutes are to be played exactly.
Back with play. Doon up towards
Kevin
Kevin
Maher
Maher.
underneath it.
Vince Harrington has done a sensational job on him all afternoon here at the two Gaelic grounds. Ball battle on the ground once more. Hurley's go flying. Surprised few helmets haven't gone flying yet. Hurley's bodies, everything on the line. As this one heads towards the end here, it is Doon that have it. It's Garrett Thomas with the strike. Garrett Thomas has sent that one wide, and Nick Piarsaigh will have another chance.
Doon need to push up because they're going to get caught in short puck outs the whole time. They're going to have to close down to the Piarsaigh backs because that short puck out is available the whole time. With players like Ronan Lynch, Mike Casey, when they get on the ball, you can see Vince Harrington had up. Here we go. Played it out to Mike Casey. They're inviting the pressure on there, Doon.
And it is a chance now for them to move forward with Harrington. Harrington gets his delivery away. It's up to Adrian Breen under pressure there. A couple of men around. Good take there from Mikey O'Brien. Gets it into Barry Murphy and Darragh O'Donovan. In fact, it is for Doon. O'Donovan now. Hand pass comes over to Jack Ryan. Touch of it thrown that one. Referee says play away. Jack Ryan dispossessed by Adrian Breen. Falls for Emmett McAvoy. Breen takes it himself. Needs a bit of help. Hand pass inside. Batted away brilliantly by Murphy to Jack Ryan. Barry Murphy has it again for Doon. He's still going forward. No freezes. Referee Garrett Thomas with the strike. That one is dropping. It's going to drop in around the edge of the square. Dowling with a great catch.
Unbelievable take
and
by
he
Shane
launches
Dowling.
it down the field.
Big players stand up at big times. Dowling stands up for the Piarsaigh.
Cian O'Donovan is underneath it though for Doon, and away they come under pressure. He has been fouled, says the referee, and Adam English has the chance to put Doon up. We played just over 2 minutes of additional time here, Leo.
I just instantly straight away when I saw the free being given, I just looked at Adam. Adam had a little nonchalant look over his shoulder, had a look and says, do I fancy this one? Walking back, getting his composure, getting the air right into the lungs. He's going for this one. There'll be 1 minute by the time this free is taken, another player down injured. He's telling them take him off the field.
There's no messing around here. It is going to be Adam English. It's Cian O'Donovan that was receiving the treatment there. Adam English is there. What, Leo? Just past midway between his own 65 and 45. It's Adam English from downtown. Strikes it. It's not going to drop. It's not going to drop over the bar. It's going to drop short. Up go the hands. Breaks into the middle, and the Piarsaigh have it. It's O'Donovan. Who else would you want on the ball from an Piarsaigh point of view? And well, there's a late hit here, so it's a free for the Piarsaigh.
Is it going to be taken where the free happened or where the ball landed?
Referee Kieran Ganna is going to tell him, Shane Dowling, to go back a few metres. Dowlers, in fairness, was always going to chance it.
Absolutely, can't see why not.
He's telling him to go back even further.
Yellow card to...
I think it was Pat Ryan, or is there someone else that got booked as well? Pat Ryan for the initial challenge, I think. So
I went for a draw at half time, John.
You did, Leo, I heard you. The evidence is there. As Dowling.
Is it David Dempsey?
Dempsey's up. Quiet second half for David Dempsey. Cian O'Donovan is there. Adrian
Free
Breen.
out.
Free.
We're going to extra time.
Well, unless Darragh O'Donovan, Leo, can... I don't know how he's going to score from here. He's going to give it a crack by the looks of it. Well, he's certainly going to make sure this ball either goes dead or goes fairly close to it.
You can't play this because there's 4 minutes. You're gone over the 4 minutes. I think he'll blow it on the free, to be quite honest. There we go, back to Darragh Stapleton. And we go along again. He's going to have a go. He
can have the go all he wants, Leo, but the full-time whistle has gone. We have extra time for the second time today. What finals you've had on Limerick GAA TV, Leo? I don't know what to say after that one. 217 to 217. It finishes here at the end of the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final at the two Gaelic grounds. We had it in the Lions of Limerick Premier Intermediate Hurling final. We have it in the Senior Hurling final as well. When I said it was all to play for at the start of the game, it was all to play for at half time. It bloody is all well to play for again.
Yeah, look, an absolutely unbelievable occasion for both teams, to be quite honest. And indeed for Limerick hurling in general, huge performance by both teams, to be quite honest.
I don't have to ask you for your man of the match after all. You'll stay with us for the time being as We'll go down pitch side in a couple of minutes. Leo, try and pick out a couple of players there in the second half in particular. Obviously, we're talking about it at half time. So many things happened in that second half. We'll talk maybe about the goals first of all.
Yeah, look, the goals, Dara Donovan's goal was absolutely, as Doon play, go long, get possession. If they win possession, they get the runners off it. How many times have we seen Adam English do it in the past? And there you see the experience of Dara Donovan coming down onto it as well and running.
Yeah, we'll now go down pitch side to Colm O'Connor and TJ Ryan.
Okay, welcome back. We're pitch side here in the TUS Gaelic Grounds in an absolute epic Whitebox development Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. It is level 2-17 apiece between Doon and Piarsaigh. TJ, you had told me in advance of this, these two teams helter-skelter the last couple of years, drew in the group stages, a point between them in last year's final, went to penalties 2 years ago. I'm just trying to get my head around it.
Yeah, it's tight again and the lights are on, Colm, so I'd say you maybe bed down, I think, 2-17 apiece, yeah. Interesting second half again, both teams had their periods on top, but you kind of felt that maybe Na Piarsaigh were making a better start of it. Then Doon clawed it back into the game, and you know what they say, special players do special things at special times, and Dara Donovan, the captain of Doon, chipped in first with an unbelievable sideline from about 60 or 70 yards to put the game level, and then you felt like it got the match winning score. They had the advantage of a free, he was true on goal, lovely sidestep and great finish, and you felt Doon were in driving seat then. It was some finish, and then of course we had Conor Boylan just on the pitch. I think it's his first appearance, is it, of this championship? It's his first appearance of the championship, yeah. He suffered a broken leg there not in a hurling accident actually, so he's had a tough road to get back, and what an important piece of action it was for, let's say, their medical team to get him back, because he got the goal to level the game up, and here we are now heading into extra time again. You couldn't write this script, Colm. What changed in that second half? I thought maybe both teams were a bit more attacking, use of the balls a bit better. I didn't think Na Piarsaigh pumped as many balls long. That's what Doon wanted. Maybe even in the finish, giving out maybe to Shane and them, like they pumped one or two long when they might have been better off to go, maybe through the middle third. I thought Na Piarsaigh did that better in the second half. But after that, then Doon turned it into the game, and especially Dara Donovan, they got a couple of big turnovers here in the middle. One or two mistakes where Na Piarsaigh gave the ball away. Doon punished them. But when you have high class on both sides, you're going to get that. Like you're going to get turnovers, you're going to get scores, and it's a real proper battle and a proper contest. It mightn't be an epic hurling game, but it's a proper battle. In terms of the Adam English effect, and he did hop in with some important scores there, but do you think Na Piarsaigh they got to grips him definitely in the fourth quarter. Like he chipped in with 4 points in play. They kind of were keeping an eye on him definitely more here in the middle. Mike Casey was out a bit further, but like as I said, different times, different players had kind of their moments on top. Like William O'Donoghue chipped in with a real downtown. Massive, yeah. You don't even normally see that or kind of in his game, but as such a big player stood up, and when you have a lot of quality on both teams, you're going to get different moments for different players, but not a lot. As I said, obviously going down the stretch, maybe both teams had little bits of chances to go and try and win the game, but that free there from Adam English maybe was it just maybe 5 yards outside his range? Yeah, I think so. I probably would have been maybe in hindsight looking at maybe Dara Donovan. I think he might be more of a belter of a ball, whereas that might have been just outside his range. But yeah, this is what it is. And you know what? Now we're going to head into extra time, and it's a very, very hard game to call. Who is maybe the advantage of it? I don't know. Maybe in the Piarsaigh, because they thought the game was maybe gone away from them. They got the goal to come back in the game, so they'll be looking to try and push on. In terms of the benches, I'm not sure if there's a whole lot there that maybe in terms of making a massive effect in the game. Like maybe the Piarsaigh might have more, maybe Keith Dempsey, maybe Shiny Long. Those guys have played in the championship, whereas Doon mightn't have had the players that played in the championship. Okay, well, I'll tell you, it is absolutely fascinating. Extra time to come, and we've had some afternoon of it here. Is it too early to talk about penalties, Colm? Yeah. Absolutely far too early to talk about penalties, TJ. I'm going to come back to you, like as in, do you want to stick with your Na Piarsaigh prediction? I'll just stick with it just because they've gone with them from, say, the start of the game and at half time. But as I said, there's absolutely nothing in this game. There's probably a moment of magic now, or a moment of class here. Colm's going to separate these two teams. Okay, right, we're going to head back up to the Mackey stand, to the commentary position, to Leo O'Connor. But first, let's hear from John Keogh.
Yeah, welcome back to the commentary box here at the TUS Gaelic Grounds. We're awaiting extra time, Leo. It's been a fantastic game of hurling, fantastic afternoon of hurling. We've spoken about the Lions of Limerick Premier Intermediate Hurling Final. We're now all about the senior final. we all said it was going to be tight. Any prediction we've heard this week from everyone, from our preview out in the Woodlands House Hotel on Thursday evening, to any article we've seen or read or written, or in my case and a few others as well, we all said it was going to be tight, Leo. It certainly hasn't let us down.
No, it hasn't, to be quite honest. I just think the game has given us everything. I think the whole afternoon of hurling in Limerick has given us everything, to be quite honest. Overall, when you look at it from a different angle, like, it was a game where free takers, Kevin Downs with 6 points in frees, Adam English did the exact same thing, 6 points in frees as well. But Adam English, 4 points. TJ just briefly mentioned there at half time, and before we go to extra time there, the Piarsaigh seemed to curb at him the whole time, but he was always a threat. And what actually happened was it created space for other players when they were trying to close down at him. He's been hovering around the place the whole time. It's just going to take one moment of brilliance or one stroke of luck. Like, Doon have had a bit of luck in the first half of this game. Ball come down off the back of off the post, going over. It looked like going over the bar, going wide, whatever, and it lands in Dean Coleman's hand. And he sticks the ball in the back of the net. Players have had various different types of influence over the game. For the Piarsaigh, Mike Casey, at centre back has been absolutely immense. William O'Donoghue, the amount of turnovers, the way he's conducted himself, like, he has really taken the challenge to Doon. They know they have to work their socks off. It's really the team that comes out here in the start of extra time, takes the challenge and gets that little point or two ahead. We saw it, like you saw it earlier today, you know, Gary Spillane, they probably ran out of legs coming down this final stretch in the Premier Intermediate Hurling Final. Like, it's a game of stamina, it's going to be a game of intensity, and it's a game of probably going to be the fittest team that will come down the final stretch again. You know, the influence, 10 minutes to go, the game was a draw, 116. Like, everyone's sitting on the edge of their seat. And look, opportunities become available. Dara Donovan's opportunity became available, stuck the ball in the back of the net. Then you've big Conor Boylan going, came off the bench, goes in, puts up his hand, takes the ball down out of the sky and sticks it in the back of the net. That is a natural progression. I think as the game goes on, I think Conor Boylan's influence could be huge, because he's among his ball-winning skills alone for that in the Piarsaigh attack. You know, you've Adrian Breen hovering around the place. It's a game that's, you know, when you put, it's going to be mind over matter stuff here. Keep the discipline, keep the free count down, and see what happens. Keep working, keep going. And as I said, stamina and fitness. It'll be the fittest team that will probably get over the line.
Just picking up on the Conor Boylan point, Leo, he's obviously missed the whole championship up to now due to an injury sustained, you know, off the field. And, you know, it's great to see him back on the field. He wasn't with the Limerick Senior set up this year. Taking a bit of time away from it. He's a guy that Limerick definitely missed this year as well, you know, in 2025. Is he a man that John Kiley might be trying to cajole out of, you know, cajole back into the panel, you know, in the off season? Because you just see a guy like Boylan that can come onto a field and do something like that, as he's done so often for Limerick over the years, at vital times, coming up with vital scores. You know, could he be coaxed back in, do you think?
I think Conor Boylan, without shadow of a doubt, has a role to play with Limerick. We've seen the benefits of him, whether he was starting or whether he's coming off the bench with Limerick over the years. I think the guy has been absolutely immense. He's been one of the best standout club hurlers in Limerick over the last number of years. Like, he has done it all, won it all. He's All-Ireland club medals, he's All-Ireland senior hurling medals. You know, that influence alone, and he's still young enough. I'd say Conor was a 215 minor, so that makes him 28 years of age, going on 29 years of age. So from that point of view, you know, I think Conor still has a role to play, and it's hopefully that, you know, they get around him and coax him back into the senior hurling panel. Both teams come out, you know, benches are going to play, the 3 subs here in this extra time. Players will be going down cramping naturally. The field, I've repeated this earlier today, the field is in absolutely incredible condition. You know, it's brilliant. You see them out there now repairing the divots around the place. So, like, small things like that, if a ball hit a divot and it bobbles when a player's coming to it, they're things that could decide the county final when the game, and these two teams in particular, are so tight and so close together.
Was it too simple to say a goal for either side in this extra time period could be the swing that gives it the title?
Listen, a goal is going to be a huge score here in the second half, or in extra time here. They're tossing there now again. Like, Piarsaigh probably will be able to use the bench that little bit better. I just think at this stage they might have a little bit of stronger bench.
And we saw James Finn getting ready in the last few minutes before we hit the full-time whistle as well. So,
yeah,
you know, there are options there.
There are options there. When you look down at it there, when he's in Doon, Devon Fitzgibbon, who's a back, like, Aidan O'Connell is on the field, Dean Coleman's after coming off. Could you see the reintroduction of Dean Coleman? You just see their Doon players gathering together. They want this more than anything else. They want to put back-to-back county championships together, you know.
And you look at the rest of that Doon bench, sorry to cut across you. They all played the Premier Junior A hurling final yesterday. You go down from Eamon Richardson from number 21 to 30, all started for the Junior A hurling team yesterday in a county final. So they wouldn't be at full fitness, you know. It's 24 hours later, fair enough. But, you know, so certainly, as you said, Leo, the options that maybe the Piarsaigh have with the likes of Sean Long, Owen Brosnan, but Gordon Brown as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and you've Mark O'Connor there, Gordon Brown, Wayne Cairns, a lad who played under 20 hurling with Limerick, who hasn't got game time yet today. So they're the things that will make tiny little gains. As the famous Paddy O'Shea saying, that little grain of rice will make all the difference. Coming down the stretch here, all to play for another 20 minutes to go. It looks like Doon are bringing on a sub, or no, they're giving out, they have to issue team lists again.
The team list going from their secretary Declan Ryan to referee Kieran Gannat. And Donald Coughlin is back on for Doon. Pat Ryan as the part of the scene, so Donald Coughlin back on. Leo, you said it, had a very good game.
Cathal King, I just see him there just going down.
I was just going to mention Cathal King, vastly experienced player as well for the Piarsaigh. So, but that's an interesting one to see. Donald Coughlin, probably harsh enough at him coming off, see him coming back on.
Yeah, these two teams, remember, 2 years ago went to penalties.
Semi-final.
In the county semi-final. Twice in 2 years, twice in 3 years, now the game has gone to extra time. Last year, a point separated the teams in the county final. Discipline, just keep your concentration and discipline will get you over the line here.
Extra time periods are about to start here in the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final, brought to you on Limerick GATV in association with streamsport.ie. Referee Kieran Gannat making sure everyone is back to the required distances before throwing the ball in. And we are back on our way here. Emma McAvoy's out midfield for the Piarsaigh. Bit of rejigging going on there. Ball breaks here. Breaks in Doon's favour. Keane O'Donovan just flicks it. Tommy Grimes is there though for the Piarsaigh. Gets the hand pass away. It's not maybe the best placed pass you could ever give there. And it's Doon with Garrett Thomas. Plays it off to Adam English off his left hand side. Plays a beautiful ball across. Eddie Stokes with the easier chance maybe. And Eddie Stokes has sent it to the right. And boy, he'd be disappointed with that one, Eddie Stokes. Brilliantly worked move. Adam English, though, Leo, the way he's playing, would you have backed him to put it over himself?
I would have backed him to put it over the bar. It was like Adam English taking a 9-iron out of his bag there. The weight of the pass there, he just got it to perfection.
Broken down there by Cormac Ryan for Barry Murphy. Hand pass from Murphy now out to his captain Darragh O'Donovan. Stunning goal put Doon ahead in the latter stages of the game, only for Conor Boylan to help us towards extra time. Is Keane O'Donovan. Beautiful pass to Coughlin. Donald Coughlin now with the strike. Coughlin never going to come back enough there. Left him wide again. Another wide for Doon.
You know, they'll be sorry for those two things. That little bit composure. There was an out ball there just back inside him, and if he'd seen it, he could have popped it off, and the score would have become easier.
Now it's Keith Dempsey taking that pass from
that
William O'Donoghue. Keith Dempsey is putting the Piarsaigh back in front. Great take and pass from O'Donoghue from Dowling's puck out, and Dempsey then had the finish to put the Piarsaigh and his side back in front. 2:18 to 2:17. Doon have moved it quickly over to that far side. Darragh O'Donovan under pressure. Conor Boylan's there, as was Dempsey and O'Donoghue in the end. Sounds like a law firm, Dempsey and O'Donoghue, but it is the Piarsaigh in possession with Ronan Lynch. Lynch is going to go along, looking to find Adrian Breen on the run. Take is brilliant from Mikey O'Brien, and gets the hand pass away to Keane O'Donovan. And Doon now will take off, trying to use their running game. O'Donovan, you're not going to find too many quicker cornerbacks. Jack Ryan then takes possession. Ryan takes on Tommy Grimes. Good challenge from Grimes. Referee says play away. Pass from Jack Ryan now. Brilliantly flicked away there. And again, it was a Dahi Dempsey back helping out on that occasion. It wasn't. It was James Finn who is on at the start of this extra time period. We'll try and confirm who James Finn is on for as quickly as we can. Darragh O'Donovan now. Switch of play. Tommy Grimes up for it, so is Donald Coughlin. Breaks. Tommy Grimes flicked away from by Coughlin. In they come again. And it is Doon that have it. Initially Chris Thomas had. Kevin Downs is the man gone off the field. With James Finn coming on. It's broken to Adam English now for Doon. And English taking on Finn and Dempsey. Still going at him English. I've seen him do it from here before. Drops into the hand of Dowling. Great take from the Dow. And he's got the space to launch another one. Goes short instead with the hand pass to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue across to Mike Casey. He's got McAvoy in front of him. McAvoy then will take it on just that little bit more. Doesn't get into his hand first time. Momentum momentarily stopped for the Piarsaigh. O'Donoghue now dummies and goes the other way to move Chris Thomas away in towards Boylan again. Hand goes up, breaks again. Boylan gets it in the hand at the second attempt. Needs a bit of help here. Conor Boylan, does he hand pass it away? He goes off instead. Conor Boylan with an outstanding score, and that's a 2-point advantage for the Piarsaigh.
Yeah, it's just that I'm just after watching the last passage of play, literally for a minute of passage of hurling, a passage of play there. Dean Coleman, it looks like, is coming back on, is it?
Yes, Chris Thomas gone off the field for Doon. Dean Coleman back on. Little rejig there as well.
Yeah, but the Piarsaigh are playing with a lot more composure. They're really creating the opportunity. They're giving the easy ball, the easy option, and clearing their lines and putting the pressure on their forwards to win possession up there. Kevin Maher's
caught one. It's the first one he's caught all game. He's won a free as well. That's brilliant from Maher. Back to English. Low delivery across. They're looking for a goal here. Doing Eddie Stokes has it. Stokes. He's gone one way. He's gone the other. Shot saved by Dowling. An advantage has accrued here. There will be no free for Doon. Dowling's off his line. He's done very, very well, Shane Dowling. Great ball out to Mike Casey as well. And Casey adds it on now to James Finn, who's got a bit of space to move into. Delivers early. Lovely movement inside from Adrian Breen. Breen is out in front of Mikey O'Brien. Breen to put Piarsaigh 3 points in front. Hits the post and will stay in play. Battle now. Dara Stapleton and Peter Casey going, pushing the back. Referee says play away. Casey has it though. He's beaten Stapleton. He's still going. Gets it away now to Boylan. Boylan took a look at it. He's looking for a free. He's got the free, Conor Boylan. And it will be a free into the Piarsaigh, Leo.
The ball was wide.
Wide ball is the call.
Is it a wide ball that they're calling? Looks like it's calling a wide ball.
Well, the only way they could have is if Peter Casey went out over the end line. Certainly didn't look at it on screen here, as well as our vantage point here, Leo. So yeah, wide ball is the one that's been given. So it remains a 2-point lead.
Talking about small margins.
Absolutely.
Cathal King is going to be introduced for the Piarsaigh.
Cathal, of course, Leo, if I'm right in saying, was a member of their panel when they won their first senior title.
Captain to win a Munster Club Championship, an All-Ireland Club Championship, I think.
He did indeed. An absolute stalwart for the Piarsaigh as O'Donoghue goes up another one. And then onto another one in Mike Casey. And away they come with James Finn off to O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue now into Adrian Breen. It's another good ball. Breen doesn't get it at the first time, does it the second, taking on Mikey O'Brien. He has the pace to beat him. Adrian Breen here. It's Breen in on goal. The hand pass across could be a goal. Penalty, is it? Well, a free's been given. It'll always go back to the initial foul.
Yeah, they'll always go back to the initial foul. So this is opening up a 3-point gap for the Piarsaigh. As I said, they're playing with that little bit more composure, heads up hurling, finding their men, working that diagonal ball into the open spaces, and letting Adrian Breen run out onto it, letting Peter Casey come out onto it, and like they're only, as I say, one pass away from opening up the Piarsaigh or the Doon defence.
Well, it will be Keith Dempsey taking over the free-taking duties, I suspect, as a substitution for the Piarsaigh. Cathal King replacing their captain, Jerome Boylan. And Jerome Boylan has put in some shift, Leo, for a guy who's only returning to full fitness this season as well. A Trojan performance from the Piarsaigh number 2.
Yeah. Wise move out on the Piarsaigh bench. Energy, pace. Like Jerome is after putting in some shift, to be fair to him.
As indeed, there is a Doon player down injured, and that is why there is a delay as Keith Dempsey lines this free up.
Paul Keane is pointing here that he's
looking. It's Mikey O'Brien that's down injured, and they are going to make a substitute. His own Fitzgibbon will come in for Mikey O'Brien. Well,
when you look at the last 2 substitutes in the game now, Cathal King, years of hurling he's given to the Piarsaigh in the same way with Owen Fitzgibbon, a guy who's given years of service to Doon.
Mikey O'Brien will be coming off at the next break of play. So after this free is taken, Owen Fitzgibbon will be in for Doon. We've played 7 minutes. What's going to happen now? We have played 7 minutes of this first period of extra time. Obviously a few issues that will result in additional time. Obviously that injury at the end of this first half. But as you said, it's that composure that has seen the Piarsaigh get the 3-point lead as Dempsey slots that one.
Keith Dempsey pops that over the bar. His second point of the game since he came on. 1 from play, 1 from free.
So 3-point advantage for the Piarsaigh, 220 to 217. Stapleton goes short. 2 Keane O'Donovan. Dara Stapleton under pressure. Switch of play. It's Conor Boylan putting the pressure on. Ball breaks now for the Piarsaigh and Adrian Breen. Breen taking off. Needs a bit of help here, or can he get the shot away? He does get the shot away. It's a beauty of a strike from Adrian Breen. 4-point lead for the Piarsaigh.
That's a goal and 3. He's got his other goal and 2 or goal and 3, I think. becoming a major player here in extra time for him.
He is indeed here. Doon wasting no time in getting us back underway here. Breaks inside now to Garrett Thomas. Thomas under pressure. Kyle King just kind of shoving him out of the way, and it gave Tommy Grimes that little gap to win possession. Harrington now for James Finn. Finn though immediately under pressure. Good pick up there from JJ Carey. He's been so impressive this year. That's Darragh O'Donovan with a foul on Tommy Grimes, and he went in wide. Leo and the referee's arm's going to blow those up.
Yeah, I'll describe it as a tired foul. He thought he had a chance of getting there, tried to draw on the ball, and just Piarsaigh just getting the free just came in the back of the player.
And will result in a free now for Piarsaigh. And Ronan Lynch will be ready to take this one. Referee Kieran Gannett. I think there's Kevin Maher down injured at the moment for Doon as well. So tired bodies, Leo, you said it, with that challenge. With Pat Ryan getting ready, stretching out again.
Cathal King picked up a yellow card there just on that incident.
Dean Coleman, in fact, that's under a bit of pressure at the moment. Either way, Ronan Lynch, metre or so inside his own 65.
Very hard thing to do, to be taken off a game, go in, sit down, and then go back on a field, especially with a game of the intensity that this has.
So it's a Ronan Lynch free.
Just to open up a 4-point gap.
Piarsaigh 4 points to the good. This will be a 5-point gap if you can get it, Leo. Indeed, it is a 5-point lead now for Piarsaigh, and that, I can tell you, is very significant. 2 minutes of additional time will be played at the end of the first period of extra time, Leo, and worrying times for Doon.
Yeah, Doon go route one, straight down the middle. Mike Casey underneath this, breaks it out again. Absolutely superb all day long under those high balls.
It's Keith Dempsey now. Will Dempsey go for the score? He certainly has. That one's going to go to the left and wide up. Would have been better served to drop that into Breen, who's really caught fire in the last 10 minutes, and Conor Boylan has been exceptional in this game since his introduction here. Barry Murphy under pressure. Is this a dispossession? Could be a goal chance. Dempsey, if he can get the ball away. He's got Boylan with it. This could potentially finish it. Boylan! Is there a penalty? Nothing from the referee as of yet. Boylan has it again. Hand pass. Peter Casey gets the shot away. 6-point lead for the Piarsaigh. It could have been a hell of a lot more though.
Yeah, Peter Casey's second point in the game today. They're really beginning to open up now. That's what have they opened up, a 6-point gap. It's crucial. Pat Ryan being reintroduced here, Dean Coleman coming off. As I said, very, very hard thing to do, come off the field and then go back on in extra time, because the muscles begin to seize up when you're sitting on the bench.
With Barry Murphy in a bit of trouble here for Doon as well. He's been vital to their cause this year. Just again, lost a bit of possession in it. Turnover ball. It could have been a goal for Piarsaigh. Darragh Stapleton has got on with it on the back of the referee, telling him to do so. Launches it down. Ronan Lynch is loose there. Kevin Maher goes up, breaks for Donald Coughlin. Coughlin has it in the hand. 4 Piarsaigh defenders around him. He was never going to get a shot away. And it's Tommy Grimes pops it past to James Finn. Finn drops it. And it's Doon looking to win it back again. There's a challenge from Tommy Grimes. It's a loose one from Grimes. It'll be a card for him. And a free into Doon. It'll be a chance for Doon to get their first score of this extra time.
Yeah, I think extra time this will be a good fill up for Doon going in. Pop this ball over the bar for Adam and bring it back down to a 5-point game. Just Doon look very, very tired. They look like a team that's really coming to the end, emptying the tank. And it's going to be a testing second period of injury time. Is Darragh Donovan standing over this?
Darragh Donovan is indeed standing over it, Leah. To me, that suggests one thing, that Darragh's going to go for it. The call.
No, Adam has stepped over it now.
Yeah, change of plan very quickly.
Yeah.
And it is a chance for Doon now to bring it back to a 5-point game. Half time and extra time, Leo. We have the Piarsaigh leading Doon by 2:23 to 2:18. And Leo, 2:23 to 2:18. Thoughts on that first period of extra time?
Look, it's just one of those games now, to be quite honest, where Doon look a very, very tired team there the last 3 or 4 minutes of injury time. Where are they going to get the energy from to turn this over a 5-point deficit at half time? I just think that the Piarsaigh's composure at the start of extra time has been far, far superior. They're finding they're getting their scores that little bit easier, and they're working themselves into positions, and their use of the ball has been exemplary. So look, they're in the driving seat, as they say, and it's theirs to lose at this stage.
You mentioned there at the end of the game, as we were heading towards extra time, that the Piarsaigh bench looked to be stronger. We've seen maybe evidence of that. We've obviously spoken to Conor Boylan. James Finn has had a big impact in extra time. Keith Dempsey has had an impact in extra time. Younger players that have come onto the field were Doon, have recycled players that started the games. We've seen Pat Ryan come back on. You know, just to name one, you know, Cormac Ryan has been on, obviously Owen Fitzgibbon on now as well, but that little bit of, you know, youthful exuberance maybe in one sense for the Piarsaigh has really helped him in this extra time, as well as you take the opposite of that with Cathal King's experience coming on, but you know the options just seem to be greater for the Piarsaigh, as you said.
As I said, I just thought the Piarsaigh bench were that little bit stronger, and then with all due respects, the energy that Conor Boylan has brought to the whole situation since he's come onto the field. He's only probably played 15-20 minutes of the county final, and his influence in that period of time has been absolutely massive. Like, it's just one of those situations now where Doon are going to need a little bit of luck to get their way back into this. Adam English is going to have to play a huge part. There's come a point where they need to push him up totally and go route one and get the ball in the side, getting him playing off of Kevin Maher inside at the edge of the square. Who knows? They're all decisions that management have to make. Like, as I said, it's the Piarsaigh at the moment. They're in the driving seat, and just let's see where the next 10 minutes takes us.
It could take us in one or two directions. It's Doon hurling Piarsaigh. We saw penalties in the Premier Intermediate hurling final at this stage. Don't think we're looking at penalties right now, but there's always a but.
I'll make one comment to you, John. It's easier to be 5 points up, because it's a very, very hard task for Doon to chase down 5 points in 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes in the original match, the game was a draw, right? And Doon took the lead, and the Piarsaigh hauled them back into it. So from that point of view, just really, really tough for Doon in the last 10 minutes here now.
Back underway here, and it's Keith Dempsey after Tommy Grimes. Grimes can score from here. Ships back onto his right hand side. It's going to go harmlessly to the left and wide though. First wide of the extra time. Second half of extra time for the Piarsaigh, as Dara Stapleton sends this one long, dropping around the 65-metre line. James Finn is up. That's a great take from James Finn. Gets the hand pass back to Mike Casey, who's been loose all day long and has done a fine job for the Piarsaigh in that play as well. Goes back 40 metres to Shane Dowling. And this is the Piarsaigh showing a bit of experience, Leo. They've been there so many times before. Picks out a great pass to Dahi Dempsey. Dempsey now will play this one down the line, looking for the run of Conor Boylan. Wasn't the greatest of balls from Dempsey. Tommy Hayes is out in front of Boylan and wins the ball well. Does Tommy Hayes, does very, very well for his side. Hand pass off to Darragh O'Donovan. O'Donovan with the strike from miles out. Darragh O'Donovan, be some score if he can get it, but it is to the right and wide again. And Doon needing these as
they're
well.
ones that will go over the bar.
Ronan Lynch is struggling now for the Piarsaigh.
They're ones that will go over the bar when you're winning it. It looks terrible then when it's happening when you're chasing the game, but an unbelievable strike from Darragh O'Donovan, in fairness to him.
Be interesting now. Ronan Lynch limping quite heavily, being marked by Pat Ryan. The take from Dempsey. He's heading away towards goal. Dahi Dempsey, goal would finish it surely. Blocked brilliantly by Barry Murphy, and it breaks kindly for Cormac Ryan and Doon. Hand pass from Ryan out to Adam English. Should he put it over the bar, Leo? Easy save from here as English launches one towards goal. That's going to the right and wide again from Doon's point of view. All day long it's been going from left to right in those shots, but again, Leo, tired bodies as Will Hen replaces Ronan Lynch on the Piarsaigh side.
Yeah, they're going to have to just get that ball in around there. It's very, very difficult, to pick off from 8 minutes to go now, to pick off 5 points in a row without the Piarsaigh getting a point or two, or just getting a free, winning a free, because as I said, their bench, the energy that they've brought to it has been immense.
Dowling with the puck out now, heading towards this near side. The movement has been superb there. The catch is outrageous from Keith Dempsey, and Cian O'Donovan probably didn't even have a chance but to foul him in the momentum that was going from Dempsey. That's outrageous stuff from him. The puck out sensation from Dowling. The run matched it done. It's Dempsey that will he take the free himself, or will he leave it to Will Hen? The seniority coming in, and Hen is going to take over the free taking duties here for the Piarsaigh. Right, 2 metres in from the touchline, Leo, on the 45.
Hard thing to do now, just come in back onto the game, and this is your first possession, or first thing you have to do is strike a free over the bar. And it's a very, very difficult free.
This will put the Piarsaigh 6 points to the good once more. It's Will Hen. Hits it very, very well, Leo. Does it have the accuracy? I think it didn't, yeah. Well, they're saying it went over the black spot at the top. The umpire said so. I thought it was tight, Leo, from my angle here.
From my angle here, it just drifted wide.
Yeah, that's the call anyway. The Piarsaigh weren't happy with it as Emmett McAvoy wins that one. O'Donoghue looking for the run of Breen and Peter Casey inside. Breen's out in front. Lovely from him. Casey was easily next to him as well. Peter Casey off his left from the touchline. Peter Casey has sent that one over the bar. Third point of the afternoon for Peter Casey. May not have got it from the free, Leo, but they have the 6-point lead now.
Yeah, as I said, like they'll keep tipping away with Casey, with David Dempsey, with Keith Dempsey. You know, Adrian Breen inside there, they'll keep tipping away at that and just make sure that they get over the line.
2:24 to 2:18 in the Piarsaig's favour. Barry Murphy shovels it off now to Cormac Ryan. Ryan has runners in front all the way towards Garrett Thomas, breaks it down, but again the Piarsaigh are there. Tommy Grimes though fluffs it a little bit. Chance for Doon to come in and win it. Should win it, should they don't. And again, a battle on the ground ensues, and it does suit the Piarsaigh, and they do come away with it. JJ Carey, who's been a tour de force for the Piarsaigh in this game. Back to Vince Harrington, back to Dowling then once more from Harrington. Dowling doesn't even look and launches one down the field. And when you can strike a ball like him, why wouldn't you? Tommy Grimes rises high as the sky and wins it, and it's back to JJ Carey. Carey now delivering. In fact, it's Will Hen with the ball inside towards Adrian Breen. He was on his own there. It's 2-on-1 inside, and Tommy Hayes picks up the loose one for Doon. Straight up the line it goes. There's an Piarsaigh man down. It's Mike Casey. Did something happen off the ball there? Not quite sure. Mike Casey's certainly in a bit of trouble. Tommy Grimes back with play to William Hen. Hen switch of play over towards Dahi Dempsey. Emmett McAvoy continues his run. Dempsey plays it up the line to Peter Casey. McAvoy continues his run even more. Will Casey go for it? Will he find the pass? Casey goes for it, and Casey has put it to the left and wide. Mike Casey still down injured in back play.
Yeah, just the game is going to be stopped. It's just the game has kind of lost its shape because the Piarsaigh are really just
it's suiting them down to the ground.
Yeah, batting down hatches, getting numbers back there. As I said, Mike Casey's been immense. William O'Donoghue sitting back there on the 45-metre line now, and it's just closed up shop. And then when you have the players, as I said, mentioned this already, when you have the David Dempseys, the Peter Caseys, the Adrian Breens, and like the influence that Conor Boylan has had since he came on as well. Like, you asked me to give me a man of the match, and I'm staring down the barrel of a gun and saying, no, if I could give a man of the match, I'd give it to a broader spectrum. It would have been the influence of the Piarsaigh bench that came on. You see Tommy Grimes going up, catching the ball, bringing it down out of the sky. Keith Dempsey with his input. And as I said already, Conor Boylan, it's been absolutely immense, the strength and depth that the Piarsaigh have on the sideline. It looks like they're going to bring on another substitute here now in front of us.
Yeah, Wayne Kearns.
Yeah, Wayne Kearns. This is a lad now with plenty of energy, under 20 for Limerick last year, and one for the ages.
Yeah, it's Mike Casey though. There's a serious amount of concern. You just hope, Leo, from a long-term point of view, a man that suffered so much injury, just like his brother Peter, that this isn't anything other than something very minor. May knock him out for the rest of this game, but you just hope it's not a long-term thing. He's been, as you said so many times throughout our commentary this afternoon, immense for the Piarsaigh, and he'd certainly be a player who doesn't want to leave the scene too easily.
No, not at all. Dave Boylan is with him as it is, or Tom Sinnott. Yeah. So from that point of view, they're just working through it. They won't want to lose him at this stage.
Casey continues for the moment. A little bit groggy as Will O'Donoghue makes a rare mistake. Pat Ryan has it in the hand, gets the hand pass away now, and it is a chance maybe for Doon. There is a foul on Adam English as he tries to go through on goals. Now we're at the stage, Leo, where they may have to go for goal from this one.
No doubt about it. 3 minutes to go on the original clock, and they're 7 points down. No other opportunity but just try and go for this. Darry Donovan is standing over it, having a go.
So it's O'Donovan from the 20-metre line. It really is a goal or bust for Doon. You have to think at this late stage of the Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final, it's extra time. It's O'Donovan. He's got one goal already in this game. Strike is good, saved on the line. Can the Piarsaigh get the rebound, or will it be for Doon? It's JJ Carey again, another contender for his tireless work rate. Flicked away from him. Plenty of the Piarsaigh bodies coming away with it. It's Harrington off to Grimes, and Grimes just launches it down towards Breen and Boylan. Back there, Breen bats it down for himself under pressure from Owen Fitzgibbon. Little nudge on him, gets away with it. Boylan is in there. Boylan will come away with it for the Piarsaigh. He'll look for a little pop pass. He comes around on the arc instead, goes backwards to David Dempsey, and it's Dahi Dempsey from distance, and that's an 8-point lead for the Piarsaigh. And Leo O'Connor, surely that's it from their point of view.
Can't say any other winner. I couldn't say any other winner, to be quite honest, at half time and extra time. I just thought the last 3 or 4 minutes before of the first period of extra time was really hard labour for Doon. And look, we spoke about it. The influence of the Piarsaigh bench has been absolutely immense.
Doon still working. Adam English plays it across the edge of the square, looking for Pat Ryan. Pat Simon can't get it into the hand. It breaks kindly though. It breaks towards Aidan O'Connell. I think it is. It's Garrett Thomas indeed. Ryan is in there again for Doon, under pressure from James Finn. Goes across. It's a dangerous ball across the edge of the square. Tommy Grimes is there. Grimes drops it. Dowling is there though, picks it up. And it's Will O'Donoghue now to clear it fully. Decides to hold on to it instead. Will O'Donoghue, experience, flicks it up towards Peter Casey. Bats it across. Casey, Dempsey and O'Donoghue really just
two boys will work in a little pocket here. Watch this, just work in that little pocket.
Back to Boylan it goes. Boylan now will have a go. He's blocked down by Tommy Hayes, and that's as good as a score for Piarsaigh. Another 30 seconds off the clock here as they prepare to take the sideline. A minute left, Leo. I am going to ask you now, at this stage, your man of the match, or Michael Collin Menswear man of the match.
It's an extremely tough match to pick because it's been
that's why you're paid the big bucks, Leo.
I wish. It's been a war of nutrition, but for me today, a guy who has been there every minute of it, just battled, hardened, really stood up when it was counted. For me, Mike Casey from the Piarsaigh has been absolutely immense. He's been there. He was being tried and tested in the first half when they went long, and again in the start of injury time. Here he's getting onto a ball here in front of us now again. Look, it's just superb. Just think that for me, Mike Casey today for the Piarsaigh being the man of the match.
It's going to be an additional 2 minutes additional time as Wayne Kearns replaces JJ Carey on the Piarsaigh side as it launched in towards Adrian Breen. No one really with Adrian Breen. Dara Stapleton comes off his line. Breen had stood inside the square, and it's going to be a free out for Doon. So Mike Casey is your Michael O'Connell Menswear man of the match. Hopefully we'll get some reaction from him in the few minutes after the full-time whistle here as Donald Coughlin plays it forward. And it is Tommy Grimes back there with a great take from the Piarsaigh. Gets the hand pass away to Vince Harrington, back to Dowling. Dowling goes short to James Finn. Doesn't mishandles it momentarily. And the Piarsaigh are in there again, and Finn is in there. But Doon have won it. Adam English tries to play it across. Again, there's plenty of the Piarsaigh men in the way. One of those is Peter Casey to Will Hen. Hen now goes long with it. Dara Stapleton is 30 yards off his line to try and win that one. It goes out over the sideline though. And Leo, what? Just over a minute remaining here.
Yeah, look, it's just been one of those games where in the Piarsaigh, I think the strength of them, their physical fitness, their stamina, everything associated with them, like as I said earlier this week, they have created their own traditions now, and this is a club that has gone from strength to strength. Yesterday they contested, even though they were beaten in the under 16 county final, but they really have. They know their own weaknesses, they know their own strengths, and without shadow of a doubt, they played to those at the end of the game today, and that's what has carried them through here. A major effort from the panel, but for me, look, overall, they're just a far better team at the moment.
And you see the delight in Will O'Donoghue's face after that win of a free for over carrying. There was 3 Piarsaigh players still running at Eddie Stokes as he tried to get the ball away. O'Donoghue, of course, was central to it, and this would be the cherry on the cake, Leo, if Dowling can land this one from distance.
Yeah,
it's job done from the Piarsaig's point of view. They're heading for another Daily Cup.
Listen, deservedly so. They've been immense. They're
ninth in all, Leo.
Yeah, they've been my form team.
Ninth since 2011.
Yeah, my form team over the championship. So, look, credit where credit is due. Absolutely superb.
Dowling up towards Boylan. Boylan, for once, didn't pluck that one out of the sky, but he's still working his backside off to try and win it for his side. Played up the line though for Doon. Full-time whistle goes here at the two Gaelic grounds, and the Piarsaigh are the 2025 Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Champions. And Lee, you can just see the man in front of us right in our eye line, what it means for a guy like Peter Casey, amongst everyone else who's been through the horrors in the last 18 months. Huge win. Of course, a mention for Shane O'Neill as well, of course, who lost his mother Bridget during the year. A huge loss to him and his family, of course. And when you see victories like this, of course they don't take away from those losses, Leo, but it's immense pride for the Piarsaigh this afternoon.
Absolutely, the better team won after extra time, after a long day of hard work for both teams. But look, the winning team, without shadow of a doubt, deservedly, the Piarsaigh.
We will now go back down to touchline where Colm O'Connor is again joined by TJ Ryan.
Commentary, excellent job by the two lads. Excellent job in the end by Na Piarsaigh. TJ, as we said, it was going to be a case of whose bench was going to prove stronger coming down the stretch, and we got a very emphatic answer there, didn't we?
We did, yeah. And like they needed them all. Like Keith Dempsey and Conor Boylan, very effective with scores off the bench. Conor Boylan, obviously, with that goal to keep him in it, and in like the ball winning ability that a player like him has. They needed them all on the day, and that probably was the difference. Colm, I think you're right. They just ran away. But sometimes that can happen in extra time. Is that one player, I would say maybe one team can run away, and that's what happened here.
Yeah, I think Conor finished with 1-1, 1-2, which is some story for a man playing his first championship action of the year. Yeah, just they went through the gears, and I think once they got kind of 3 points ahead, it was a case of stick a fork in it, it's done.
Yeah, it was. Like Doon might be kicking themselves. They probably had one or two small chances to win this game in normal time, but in extra time it was all Na Piarsaigh, and they ran out 7 points winners in the finish. Just a lot of quality around the field, and when they got that ball and got it rolling, they used it really well and got good scores.
And not just quality, but experience and composure and knowing what to do and when to do it.
Yeah, maybe they used a couple of players there, like the likes of maybe James Finn, Keith Dempsey, JJ Carey, might have used them well through the championship, knowing that maybe they might need them when it came down to it, and they did. And just that maybe that bit of the extra depth they had was probably the difference in the end.
In terms of Doon, as you said, will they go back and have, what'll I say, feelings, fears?
They probably will, because as I said, the game was maybe like they did really, really well, and you would feel that maybe when Dara stuck the goal at this end in normal time, that they were in the driving seat and maybe should have seen it home from there. Maybe they'll look at maybe the goal that Conor Boylan got, and maybe could have defended it a little bit better. They're normally very mean back there, so like they will have one or two regrets. But like I said, in terms of when the game went to extra time, there was only one winner from a long way out, and Na Piarsaigh were by far the better side.
Okay, well, Na Piarsaigh now will be turning their attention to Munster, Ballygunner waiting. Will they fancy their chances?
I think so, yeah. I'm not sure. I think it's an away fixture this time around, so they will. Na Piarsaigh are a very good side, and I think there's 9 counties now since 2011. That'll tell you how strong they are, Colm. Like, and looking at the players around the pitch, of course they will. Like, they both sides, I think, come in today would want to win the county, and both of them would have its sights on going on. So that's where Na Piarsaigh are now, and I think they have a lot of quality to the team, and they will trouble Ballygunner.
Okay, and in terms of where it puts Limerick club hurling,
look, I think the club hurling scene is kind of as good as it is anywhere. There's 2 or 3 teams that are really, really good and kind of come to the fore every year in every county. We're no different. Real quality fair. It was a different type of game, as I said. It wasn't the open flow hurling, but it was a great tactical battle and a good physical battle. Mike Casey here, fullback, man of the match. He was kind of really, really effective for Na Piarsaigh there going down the stretch.
Yeah, very good. Okay, TJ, you have to head and enjoy celebrations in Knocklong for tonight and for the rest of the week. We're going to move over this side here. Mike Casey and Mike O'Connell here is presenting the Man of the Match award. Mike has been a very busy man this afternoon. Repetitive strain injury from all the Man of the Match awards, and our thanks to Mike O'Connell and his continued support for these Man of the Match awards. We'll hand that over to Mike Casey. Thank you, Mike. Congratulations.
Thanks a million. Thank
you.
Well,
what does it feel like? Back on top?
Exactly, that's it. Back on top. Do you know, last year was tough. It was tough. Do you know, 1 point loss, never easy to take. And we knew that.
Yeah, just on that, of course, you never admit any of that in the pre-match build-up, but being honest, how much did it hurt?
Yeah, look, it hurts. It does, of course it is. Do you know, there's a competitor in everyone. So losing a county final by a point is really tough. And look, it was their first one last year, and you saw the scenes, and that brings back memories. So, and you want to be there. So that was definitely something that we looked at this year, and we needed to play with maybe a small bit more emotion around it all, and we did.
Yeah, in terms of the hunger for a team like Na Piarsaigh that has had 9 county championships now on today, how do you kind of still manage to have that hunger and that desire?
Well, for some lads it's their first today, and they're the lads that you look to. That was us 10, 11, 12 years ago, and without that conveyor belt coming through, that's never going to be there. So look, we're competitors. We love it. We loved out there extra time, gritting the teeth. That's what you play hurling for. That's what you play sport for. So I don't think there'll ever be a lack of desire for hunger.
When Dara stuck that goal, what was going through your head?
Look, we just knew that we had players coming off the bench. We knew that we could get ourselves back. Fortunate enough, we have the experience. We've done it numerous times before. We can draw on those sort of experiences. So the game is never done. Last year we left it behind us, we thought. So this year we just said, no matter what happens today, we keep doing the same things that we'll always do.
Okay, what about the year that was 2025 from a county perspective? Does this take a small bit of the pain away?
They're two completely separate things. You know, when you're in with Limerick and you're playing with Limerick, you're all Limerick. You know, and that was definitely disappointing. So, like that was parked. We finished there in that quarter-final defeat, and then it was all hands on deck for the club championship. And you come back, and I know it's a cliche, but you come back to your best friends. You come back to the lads that you were there when you were 4, 5, 6 years of age, and it's special, you know.
Yeah, Shane, and of course the new coach and Tom Downs. What sort of freshness has he brought to it?
Yeah, unbelievable. He's a brother of Kevin's, and he's been kind of around the scene for a long time. He's done a lot of underage stuff. He's done stuff in different counties, and when he comes in with new ideas, freshen things up, goes back to kind of not brass tacks, but like just brings a complete new freshness to it. And look, he's after reaping the reward today.
Okay, and TJ was just pointing out as well the impact of the bench. One man that we highlighted was Conor Boylan. Like an incredible story, Mike. Misses the entire year, comes on in a county final, scores 1-1, 1-2, and basically saved your bacon.
Yeah, absolutely. And Conor, that's the type of player Conor is. He did it for Limerick for years, coming off the bench. He was incredible for us. So he knew his role today. He knew that if he can come on, make 1 or 2 positive contributions, that's what he was there for. And thankfully, he did it.
Finally, we're going to let you head off, enjoy the rest of the celebrations. A good night tonight. Munster Club to come?
Yeah, we'll drive it on for that.
Okay.
Mike, guys, thanks
well done.
much.
Congratulations to Mike Casey, our man of the match. Thanks to Mick O'Connell and Mike O'Connell's menswear for sponsoring that. Okay, I'm going to head back upstairs to the Mackey stand to Leo, but first to John Q.
Thanks very much, Colin O'Connor. Down on pitch side there, Leo, Mike Casey, we heard him speak there. It did hurt last year as we see Jerome Boylan making his way over to the halfway up to Mackey stand. Leo, you've done it yourself, county medal winner. You were lucky enough to win 1, could have won a few more, I'm sure you'd tell us. But how much does it mean? Again, we've spoken about different players over different times throughout our afternoon here in the Piarsaigh. The likes of Jerome Boylan, I certainly mentioned it. He's been through injury hell. He was part of the Limerick set up for an All-Ireland or 2. You know, had difficulties. For him to lead the likes of Mike Casey, the likes of William O'Donoghue as well, and going up them steps to collect a Daily Cup after what he's been through personally as well, it's a huge moment for him and the rest of the Boylan family as well.
Listen, to be quite honest, the influence the Boylan family have had on the Piarsaigh club since they've come into it. Dave, as you know, when he came to Limerick in 1987, got transferred to Claughaun after playing against us in 86 with Middleton. So from that point of view, you know, they're a credit to Limerick hurling the road that both players have played over the years with Limerick. Jerome is a minor and under 20 with Limerick and picked up injuries and was on the senior panel but picked up injuries. And Jerome, as we know, opted out last year after Limerick senior hurling panel. Look, their influence today was absolutely immense. It's a great honour for everyone, no matter what stage you are, to go up and pick up a Limerick senior hurling champion, and especially as captain. As I said, in the Piarsaigh, without shadow of a doubt, as they've become the form team over the last number of years. As I said, they've created their own traditions and they've set their standards very, very high. They're a credit to themselves, they're a credit to the club and everything that goes with it.
Yeah, we're moments away now. We also back to Colin O'Connor on sideline.
Leo Dahi Dempsey alongside me. What number 8 is it?
Yeah, it's number 8. Yeah. So hopefully a few more to go, but yeah, number 8. So very happy.
I love that attitude straight away. You've 8 county senior championship medals, and you're already kind of looking to the future. How tough was that out there?
Oh, it was an unbelievable battle. We knew it was going to be. There's been that between these two teams the last 2 or 3 years. They've obviously got over the line over us by a point or 2, but I think other than that, there's been 2 or 3 draws. So literally nothing between us, and we knew it was going to be. And we knew our bench was going to be the biggest impact today, and we wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be here with you without them.
And Conor Boylan's goal in particular.
Yeah, just that man. He's had one tough 6 months. I was with him on the Stag today. He got injured and he just...
What happened to him?
He just had a small fall and a broken leg, and then there was just a small little a setback from that. But he was meant to be back 3 months ago, and it's just went on and on. But that man has put in so... I've never seen him work as hard when he was at Limerick or with the Piarsaigh than he's done the last 9 or 10 months since he dropped off the panel himself inside. And that county title was won by himself pretty much on his own when he came in, and we were dead and buried until he came in. And what a boost and what a player and what a man, and unbelievable servant to the club as well.
Absolutely unbelievable here. So yeah, look, I'm going to let you race up there and join the lads.
Thanks, Emil.
Dahi, well done and congratulations. Okay, thanks again to Dahi, and as I said, the incredible tribute there to Conor Boylan and the road back that he has had. The chairman of the Limerick County Board is Seamus McNamara. He's up there. He's got the all-important silverware. Let's head back and hear him.
Enthusiasm and commitment to Limerick's games, and look forward to their much appreciated sponsorship of this championship into the future. I congratulate our referee, Kieran Gannan, and his match officials for their stewardships, and I would like to extend a sincere tribute to all our referees who are so important to our games week in and week out. To my fellow county board officers, to the Gaelic ground staff, and to all the clubs and supporters of Limerick throughout the year, I thank you and I encourage you to keep up your great support of our Limerick county teams. I wish our county champions, na Piarsaigh, the very best as they face Ballygunner here in a few weeks' time in the Munster Club Championship, and I encourage everyone from our county to get behind the Piarsaigh in 2 weeks' time and give me your support. It now gives me great pleasure, along with Martin White, our new sponsor, to present the famous John Daly Cup to John and Byron.
And Down on Curnshaw, Glocker, Air Sunford, na Piarsaigh! It's a massive honour to be standing here and accept this award on behalf of the Piarsaigh Club. It wasn't long ago that I was standing down there looking up at Kieran Birmingham lifting for the first time in 2011. Since then, I've seen James O'Brien, Carl King, William O'Donoghue and Mike Casey lifted. And Kieran Birmingham, I said that, anyway. They're lads I've looked up to massively growing up, and even more so now that I've got to play alongside them. It's not lost to me how special this is, so thank you for putting your trust in me this year. While I'm up here, I won't take too long, but I just have to say a few thank yous while I'm up here. Firstly to Kieran Guyan and his officials. Thanks for refereeing a very enjoyable game. I know it may seem that refereeing is a thankless job, but without you, days like today don't happen, so thanks for the time and commitment you give, and thanks again for refereeing such a great game. Thanks to the county board for having the Gaelic ground in such great condition. Every team was chomping at the bit to play in it this year, and it's no surprise that it was such great condition, so thank you. To Martin White of Whitebox Developments, thanks for the sponsorship of this year's championship. I know it's the first year of this sponsorship, so I hope you enjoy the games throughout the championship. And I know the county are extremely grateful for the support you've given. To our own sponsors, Smithsound Light Engineering, you've been a massive help for the last number of years to us. We've built a great relationship, and along with that, continue. To Doon, I know there's not much that I can say right now that you will care to listen to. However, we were in the same position only 12 months ago looking up at Darragh lift this, so we know how it feels. You've been superb champions, and the greatest compliment I can give you is that you have made us a better team. Over the last 3 years, you've been the standard bearers, and we knew we had to improve massively to get to that level. Commiserations today, but congratulations on being fantastic champions over the last 12 months. We look forward to meeting you again next year. Within this team, we don't take for granted the amount of support we receive from numerous other people. A number of our players went down this year with various injuries and bumps and bruises, and not once were they found lost or looking for answers. That's a no thanks to the medical team of Dr. David Boylan, physios. Thanks, Dad. Physios, Rachel Murray and Shane Malone, and first aid, Tom Sinnott. Thanks for always looking after us on and off the pitch. To the most important people on this team, the kitmen, Dennis Duggan, Grimesy, Ben O'Regan and Barry O'Regan. Thanks for everything you do for us. You're the cogs that keep this wheel spinning, and days like today don't happen without you. Days like today are as much for you as they are for us. To the analysis team of Shawnee and Paul Macca, thanks for always having us prepared for each and every game. To our selectors, Peter, Mihal and Cullum, throughout the year you've shown constant support and honesty that have improved this team enormously. You've shaped this team in many ways in ways that many might not see, but we certainly do, and we're grateful for it. To our S&C, Lucas, we're extremely lucky to have you as part of our team. You're the ultimate professional whose sole priority has always been the players. Thanks for the constant time you give each and every one of us. It means a lot. To our coach, Tomas Downs, welcome home. We've been waiting patiently for your return to the Piarsaigh, and I'm not surprised that it's led us here today. I couldn't be more happy for you after the years of service you've given the Piarsaigh, so thanks a million, Tomas. To the main man, Shano, I can only imagine the amount of headaches this team has given you over the years. However, we couldn't have asked for a better man to manage us. You epitomise everything that's good about the Piarsaigh. We were without you for our first round of the championship this year, but under no circumstances were you going to have the game postponed. On days like today, I think it's important to take a moment to remember those that we've lost, as we've lost some people within our close circle this year. So I'd just like to take a moment to remember Sarah Hogan, Rose Duggan and Bridget O'Neill. And lastly, a massive thanks to the Piarsaigh supporters. Every evening we drive into the Piarsaigh, the car park is full with kids and groups of all ages training. It's great seeing you turn out in your numbers today in the blue and white, and we look forward to celebrating with you later. But more importantly, we look forward to seeing you back here in 2 weeks' time for the Munster Championship. Thanks very much. The Piarsaigh Gaboo!
The thoughts out there of Jerome Boylan, the Piarsaigh captain, the latest man to bring the Daily Cup back to the Carnavon grounds. Leo Connor still with me up in the commentary box. The Mackie stand. Leo, great speech from Jerome Boylan, very poignant as well, with mentioning some of the people lost in their close circle. We already mentioned Shane O'Neill's mother, a couple of other people close to the side as well. You know, they're going to enjoy this one, there's no question, but he was appointed to say at the end of his speech, we want to see the supporters back in 2 weeks' time, where they have the mammoth task of facing Ballygunner. The last 2 times they've played, they haven't come out on top. They'll enjoy tonight, Leo, but I think Tuesday or Wednesday they will refocus quickly.
2 things before I answer your question, John, to be quite honest. It was an absolutely incredible speech that he made. It was so... He spoke from the heart, to be quite honest. And another noticeable thing is Martin White, the lad who Whitebox, that sponsor, he's a former Piarsaigh player himself, to be quite honest, because I remember Martin playing with Piarsaigh. I played against him. He played football with Piarsaigh. So for him, it's a very, very good day for him as well, to be able to go back down to Piarsaigh club tonight, his home club. In terms of Piarsaigh going forward to a Munster Club Championship, it's a perfect scenario for them. They're 2 weeks out. There's fellas around here dancing because the day is over, but they're 2 weeks out from a Munster Club Championship, and playing against a club, with all due respects, that have had a break now of probably 5-6 weeks below them since the Waterford County final. So it's been very, very hard for them to manage it. But it'll be a huge occasion here in 2 weeks' time for the Piarsaigh. I think, as I said, it's a perfect lead-in time. They'll get themselves right this week. There'll probably be a lot of sore bodies tomorrow. They won't care because they're county senior hurling champions. And ironically, just over the last number of years, the battles that the Piarsaigh club have had with Ballygunner, be it in here in the Gaelic grounds or whatever the case may be, in Thurles. I remember doing co-commentary below with 95M below in Thurles after the win of the Munster Club Championship. There's a long tradition between the Piarsaigh and Ballygunner, so look, it's there to be won. I feel that, and as I said, I think they have momentum going with them now. They've been the form team at the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship, and they've laid down their marker for the rest of the year.
Jerome Boylan was at pains to thank so many people, as you said, Leo, in a really outstanding speech as well. One man he did make a focus of, Tomas Downs, a former player, of course, brother of Kevin Downs. You know, in that state, he's a quiet man. He's been interviewed with us plenty of times over the year throughout the Piarsaigh campaign. He's obviously had a very big impact, a new voice, in sense, a new voice with the senior team for them next year, or from this year, I should say. But he has definitely brought something different to the side, as well as Shane O'Neill's managers, which they're used to. But he seems to have had a huge impact.
Yeah, it's like when you're in a situation where the Piarsaigh have been in, Shane has always had to try and introduce something new to the training session.
Yeah, we will just, sorry to cut across Leo, now we're rejoining Colin McConnor, who's down.
Okay, thanks indeed to Leo and John. Peter Casey alongside me. Peter, always very sweet to be winning a county final, more so after extra time against the team that defeated you last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose this time 12 months ago we were in different shoes. So yeah, but listen, it wasn't about revenge or anything. It was just about trying to get our best foot forward and give a good performance for ourselves. So yeah, just absolutely thrilled to get over the line, be it in extra time or full time, whatever the case was. We're just happy just to get over the line today and get another Daily Cup.
What was the difference this time round?
I suppose just sticking at it, like, 'cause, Doon are obviously a very hard team to play against, like, so it was always going to be patches.
Just, for people watching at home and from your perspective, just explain tactically why they are so difficult to play against.
But listen, they're a team that can play a lot of different ways, to be fair to them, but listen, obviously they start with a couple of extra bodies back there and build the ball really, really well through working it up between running, but they also have a long ball into Kevin Maher inside as well, so it's just very hard to match. But listen, I suppose that's kind of what I was getting to, in the sense that there was always going to be patches where we were on top, they were on top, but it was just about trying to stick into our own principles and getting over the line, and thankfully we did it. And I know we probably left it late, but obviously Connor's goal towards the end, but listen, we always have full faith in the lads to go right to the end, and thankfully we just got over the line.
Okay, just as a matter of interest, because we were covering the earlier game, did all the drama with that, does that kind of unsettle you or impact on you any bit?
No, not really. I suppose it's the same for both teams, so it's not a big thing. Listen, there was probably an extra, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, so it wasn't a big thing, but we actually kind of wanted to go out and see the penalties to see it before the intermediate game. But no, it's just about sticking to routine as best you can. But listen, we have great guys over us to try and keep us in the right headspace. So, and to be fair to Shane, Lucas and all the lads, they did.
You weren't thinking of penalties, I hope, were you?
No, I absolutely wasn't. Anyway. Not after a couple of years ago there, after my penalty against Doon. So yeah, if we went to penalties, I'd be staying away from it this year.
Okay, and again, like it's what, number 9 title for some of the lads, but there's boys celebrating there, and it is their first medal.
It is, and that's kind of what we reiterated beforehand as well, like that some lads are going for their first, and then I'd say we've maybe 3 or 4 lads, the likes of Shane Dowling, Kevin Downs, Adrian Breen, Kyle King, all picking up their 9th medal today. So
but those lads are still driving standards and driving things on.
And they are, and we expect the young fellas then to get up to that standard as the years go by, and they are. And we've a fantastic crop of people coming through. I'm not going to mention everyone, but the likes of Owen Brosnan, John O'Keefe, Adam Fitzsimons. There's plenty there that are coming up along as well. And they have to push the standards just as much as us.
Okay, very good. Listen, we're going to leave you off, Peter. Congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations. I just spot the captain of the team, Conor Boylan. How are you?
Very good, yourself.
Jerome, should I say?
Conor's on the way, I think.
Yeah, he's on the way. Well, you can get us started anyway. What age are you?
26.
And you're after captaining a team to a county title, a county senior title.
Look, I genuinely didn't. I was vice captain the last 2 years, but I didn't expect that. With injuries that I've had, I didn't play a whole pile of games, so I was as shocked as anyone that I was asked to be captain this year. But truly is an honour. I said it up in the speech. Like the lads that I captained the Piarsaigh down through the years are lads I genuinely looked up to growing up, and so to put in the same bracket as them is extremely special.
Yeah, I was reading your interview there in the Limerick Leader during the week, and you were talking about when this winning sequence began for Piarsaigh. You were just a young lad looking up at these lads.
Exactly. It's 2011, so I was 11 or 12 years of age. And look, you'd forget that was only 15 years ago, and since then, in fairness, we've had a bit of success, but a lot of hard work was put in there for the last 40 years that brought, it's paying off now, thankfully.
Okay, what about the man here standing next to you?
Sure, what
do you want to say about him?
I don't know what to say. I live with him, so he's probably heard of most of it, but no, he changed the game when he came on today. We missed him a lot this year. I know people kind of said we had a full team throughout the year and that we weren't missing anyone, but Conor's one of our most important players. We know that amongst our team, but it showed how important he is today. When he came on, he really turned the game around and got that vital goal that brought us extra time, and in extra time then he pushed on again. Okay. I don't know how he had the fitness for it, but he did.
And over exactly. Well, if you can't get your own brother to big you up. Conor, just tell us about the journey you've been on to get here and the bumps on the road.
To be honest, they haven't been a patch on what I've seen. Obviously me and Jerome are very close, not only because we're brothers, but very similar people, and have lived together through college and now the last 2 or 3 years since we've gone into the working world. But he's gone through a hell of a lot more than I have in terms of injuries and has been out for 12, 13 months. I was out for 5 months with a broken foot, and it was tough, but having seen him go through what he went through, it made it a hell of a lot easier, and to see that there was light at the end of the tunnel, and to see the way the team were performing was also some bit of solace. and the fact that they gave me a bit of a chance to get right and be able to contribute for a final was massive.
Okay, well, as your brother pointed out, your impact was immediate and immense. Ball goes into the net from Dara Donovan, a piece of wizardry for him. As a defender, I can see you shaking the head.
I saw when he was running through, I could feel my legs go, and I said I'm just going to dive at this, but he took it inside. In fairness, great finish by Dara, top quality player, but thankfully Conor got the catch near the end to bring it back.
Okay, so talk us through. The ball comes to you, and take it away, recount it.
I'm not the greatest for recounting now matches, but I just remember that we needed to get, I think there might have been 2 or 3 minutes left, and we went 2 points, or we were 3 points down actually at that stage. It was only really a goal, and whatever way, as soon as I caught it, when I took a step inside, it opened up and it just flashed a shot. And thankfully, in these conditions, if you bounce it, it's very, very difficult for the goalie. And Dara Stapleton, who's been a Trojan goalie for Doon this year, he's been nearly their leading light from the back. Thankfully, it went in, and it gave us another chance at redeeming our fate for 12 months ago.
Okay, very good. And then, as you said, in injury time, or in extra time, should I say, you and the bench in general were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it has been, and it's very cliched nowadays to say it, and we've been saying it over the last number of years that we've had a big bench impact. But on the big day, maybe managements or the lads coming off the bench haven't actually delivered. Today, the likes of James Finn, Tommy Grimes, Wayne Kearns, Keith Dempsey. Is there anyone else that I'm missing out?
No,
These lads were Trojan. Keith Dempsey won a free out there that nearly solidified the win. James Finn caught a ball over there that was incredible, and I do think that the bench did bring a massive impact, and it only bodes well for 2 weeks' time. We are going to have savage training over the next 10 days for lads to stake a claim, because I'm definitely not happy to be sitting on the bench this day 2 weeks.
And I take it as well too, and we'll just leave it and let you go back to the celebrations. You're not happy with a Limerick title either. Munster now is opening up.
Yeah, we won't look. We'll enjoy tonight. This was extremely special after missing out last year. But yeah, we do have our sights. We'll have our sights in Ballygunner in 2 weeks' time.
Okay,
yeah.
Gentlemen, we're going to leave you. Jerome, Conor, thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much.
Congratulations. We're going to stick with the manager, Shane O'Neill. Shane, congratulations. The boys,
thank you very much.
Talk to me about those two lads, what they have been through to be out on the field today in a county final.
Well, they have, yeah. Jerome, over the last few years, has some horrific injuries, like a lot of our boys have had, and very unusual injuries. Conor then as well, a freak injury and a bike, was out all year. And it was a bit like the last 2 years. We had 2 years ago, we'd William O'Donoghue coming back on the Saturday before the county final in a 15v15 to see how he was, and he was immense, and then he was immense in the county final. Peter last year as well, coming back from the broken leg, and then Conor was the same then this year, hadn't hurled all year until last Saturday, and then puts in a performance like he did then. So he was obviously doing a bit of work on the side he wasn't telling us about.
What does today mean to you and the club?
Sure, look, county final, you know, they've always to be respected, like, and absolutely treasured, because I suppose I had played a long time. The club had a lonely furrow for a while and were not doing well, but since 2011, our first county final 09, since then we've just been immense as a club, and the senior team have been superb, and I think, and the squad, which has created everything else in the club then as well, but that all came from the club initially. But they were absolutely, I think it's a day to be treasured, you know. It's great to be part of them.
And I suppose, just to come back to that point, Shane, and the lads have all said that as well, if you have 0, if you have 5, if you have 9, every single one of those, every county final appearance is to be treasured.
Oh, it is to be treasured, and you can see that with the lads, because like they've so many, but then they fought right to the end, got the goal at the end to allow us to continue to be here on county final day into extra time, and then extra time took over.
Did you feel it was slipping away when Dara scored?
No, I actually thought it was a free, and then the referee gave advantage, so I didn't realise he kept going, and I turned around then I saw the goal, so I thought it was a free in because I turned around to do something else. So no, I didn't, because these guys just saw us stay in it, you know, and you could see that today.
Okay, finally, you're heading in now to a Munster campaign, Ballygunner in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Focus very quickly turning to that?
Well, definitely not on the radar anyway up to today, so we'll enjoy tonight and tomorrow, and we'll see what we need to do after that then.
Okay, Shane, I'm sure you will. Thank you
Great.
very much,
Thank
and
you very much.
congratulations again, and well done to you and to the Piarsaigh.
Thank you.
Okay, there was our winning manager, Shane O'Leary. Thanks to him. I think that's roughly where we're going to have to wrap up for this evening here in the Gaelic grounds. We're going to hand back up to the commentary gantry to Leo, but first let's hear from John Q.
Many thanks, Colm O'Connor, for his work on pitch side this afternoon. Leo O'Connor, we heard from Shane O'Neill, Jerome and Conor Boylan, Peter Casey there since we were last on air. All, putting out a similar message of how much it meant to this group. It's a different group every year with players coming in and out, but that's the reason why they're county champions.
Absolutely, and that's why, as I said, over the last number of years, probably 15 years, since 2009, as Shane mentioned there, like county finals are county finals, and when you get to them, it's so hard to get to a county final, and then when you get there, they're there to be won, and like the Piarsaigh turned up in abundance. Like there's one or two things that when Doon look back in it, they'll probably go, did we make a mistake there, did we make a mistake there? But it's all it's a bigger picture, and like the 225, putting up 225 after extra time, it's a huge score, to be quite honest. But look, they're worthy county champions this year. They were the form team. I backed them coming in. Not that I backed them, but in fairness, I just thought the way they carried themselves all year long, they took it game by game and kept working through the games and kept turning up. And look, they're county senior hurling champions, like deservedly so, and more power to them.
That is it from us here at the Too's Gaelic Grounds this afternoon. We're in the Piarsaigh are the 2025 Whitebox Limerick Senior Hurling Champions. Their 9th title. We've a lot of thank yous to get off us here, Leo here. Number one, thanks to you for your expert analysis in the senior final. Tom Clancy and James Ryan for the Premier Intermediate Hurling final. Of course, Colm O'Connor and TJ Ryan down on pitch side throughout. Up in the commentary box, Noel as well, of course, down on camera. Up here, upstairs in the commentary box, Rob Healy, Kevin Daly and Johnny Upton. Many thanks to them for their expert work in production as well. This is from me, John Keogh, signing off from what has been an exceptional days of hurling here on Limerick GA TV and Stream Sport. Join us for more live action in the coming weeks.
It's what makes Limerick hurling great, John.
Thinking of selling or buying property? Talk to O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, trusted experts since 1990. With offices in Limerick, Cork and Dublin, our experienced team specialises in residential, commercial and land sales, delivering results through knowledge, experience and personal service. O'Connor Murphy Auctioneers, experience you can trust, results that speak for themselves.
Proudly Irish and globally recognised, that's Smithstown Light Engineering. With state-of-the-art facilities in Shannon and Poland, our team of over 240 experts delivers world-class precision engineering for the medtech sector. Since 1974, innovation, quality and excellence have driven everything we do. Smithstown Light Engineering. Precision you can trust, innovation you can see.
Ballinallard Logistics, a family-run international transport company you can rely on. We specialise in refrigerated, box and roller box trailers for air freight, transporting goods throughout Ireland, the UK and Europe. With experience, precision and care, we keep your cargo moving safely and on time. Ballinallard Logistics Ltd, delivering excellence every mile of the way.
Richardson's Butchers, located Main Street, Doon, County Limerick. Traditional Irish butchers where quality meets tradition. Finest quality meat, expertly prepared. Home-cured bacon, crafted with care, cured to perfection. Fresh fish available every Thursday and Friday. Phone orders welcome. Just give us a ring and we'll have your order ready. 061 380 447.
Serving Doon and beyond since 1925. McNamara's Hardware is your trusted local supplier for builders, farmers and DIY enthusiasts. From tools and paints to heating fuels and garden supplies, we've got everything you need, with expert advice and quality brands you can trust. McNamara's Hardware, Doon, nearly a century of service, quality and local know-how.
Get ready, something new is coming. Socks and Jocks, the shop that's all about comfort and style. Coming soon to a store near you. and best wishes to Na Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling County Final from all at Socks and Jocks.
Your health is our priority at Raheen Pharmacy, caring for you and your family with expert advice and friendly service. We're here to help every step of the way. From all at Raheen Pharmacy, best wishes to Na Piarsaigh in the county final.
For quality you can taste and service you can trust, it's John Rooney Family Butchers Limerick. Supplying the finest locally sourced meats prepared fresh every day, from our family to yours. Proud to serve Limerick, and best wishes to Na Piarsaigh in the Senior Hurling Final.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Everybody ready?
Yeah, Dad.
Let's go.
Step into the future of driving in the all-electric, spacious Hyundai Ioniq 9. The future is today. The future is Hyundai.